behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jared Cleveland, Principal Jason Jones, the staff, the students, and the alumni of Springdale High School, it's our pleasure to welcome you to this presentation of the Bulldog Sports Network. Hi again, everybody. Zach Arns, high above Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium for the 122nd time. Springdale and Fayetteville will get together in the Battle of the Bulldogs. Joining me, as he always does, Drew Barrett, his first trip through the purple and red. And, Drew, welcome into what is going to be certainly a fun night here at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium.
Oh, I'm quite excited. You know, you've educated me a little bit
best I can.
over the last few weeks on the purple dog versus red dog. I actually did a hit back in my hometown on the radio with an Arkansas alum, and he was telling me that how big of this game was back in about the 80s when he was a student up here at the U of A. So it's still a big deal, and I'm excited to finally be a part of it.
It is certainly one of the best rivalries in the state of Arkansas. It is a very streaky rivalry. The longest winning streak in the series belongs to Springdale from 1980 to 1992. Springdale won 13 in a row. It has flipped around. Fayetteville has won the last 12. The last time Springdale broke through and beat Fayetteville was 2008. And we'll get into some of the history of this rivalry as we get going along here tonight. So tonight, let's be honest, Fayetteville a heavy favorite here, coming off a big win over Bentonville. They've got the inside track to their first outright crowns in the West since 1963. I was just talking to Matt Jones, who does the play-by-play for Fayetteville, and it just seems inconceivable that Fayetteville has not won an outright state title or state West Conference title since 1963. He also informed me that they've only had one undefeated season in their history.
And it is crazy when you think about this. And
when you think about, we jokingly call them the University of Fayetteville. I mean, when you think about it, it's a funny stat. But I was talking with Zach Clark earlier this week, former Springdale coach, played quarterback at Fayetteville, and he backed all of this up. He's like, every year, somewhere along the line, they would stub their toe. And his point was, every time Fayetteville really got it rolling, especially when he was there in the late 90s, the 70s, 80s, they would stub their toe here at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. So it's going to be a fun night. We've got a lot in store. We're going to check in with my conversation with head coach Brett Hobbs coming up on the other side of the break. And then we'll be back to kick this thing off at the top of the hour. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here. Here. And here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
So I've been doing competition barbecue for 15 years. The last 10 years we've been in catering, and then the last 2 years we've started a fundraising business using barbecue to raise money for kids, schools, churches, organizations, anybody that needs to raise money. We use barbecue to do that, kind of following our passion, helping others. We just started raising money for the career and technical education classes at Springdale Public Schools, for the Springdale Athletic Foundation and then the Springdale Education Foundation. So we started that program last week. We're about 4 days into it, and it's been going great. We've got a lot of people supporting kids and supporting the foundations, and getting ready for Thanksgiving. It's coming up around the corner, so we're selling smoked turkeys and smoked hams to raise money for those groups.
I think first of all, the product is number one, delicious and award-winning, and you have somebody from the community who's raised children in this community that wants to give back. I mean, that's an amazing thing in itself. And then you partner it with the schools, and then you partner it with students who need the funds to be able to compete and travel and see the world in a different way. I mean, it's just a win-win. That's what career and technical education is all about.
Experience everything Springdale has to offer. Visit explorespringdale.com or download the new Explore Springdale app. It's the best place to discover all there is to do and see in Springdale. We'll help you explore our many eateries and attractions and introduce you to our shopping, arts, parks, and trails. You'll also find links to our great hotels and meeting venues. Download the new Explore Springdale app or visit explorespringdale.com to begin your spring.
And welcome back to the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Joining us as he always does, head coach Brett Hobbs. And Brett, it's a week that you know well. It's Fayetteville Springdale week. There's nobody more qualified to talk about this rivalry than you. Right. From the prank wars in the 80s and the 70s, 80s, and 90s to great football games, this is a rivalry that has really sort of transcended the state.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes way back. I can remember going to all the Springdale Fayetteville rivalry games. As a kid, and then obviously playing in it, and now being able to coach in it. And that's what we try to tell our kids and educate them as far as the rivalry, how far back it goes, and what it means, the Battle of the Bulldogs.
My favorite story out of the Fayetteville-Springdale rivalry, and there are many, including a broken chain link on a fourth down that happened back in 2000, but my favorite story is about 100 years ago. They played for the name, the Bulldogs. Right. Each team had the nickname they were going to play for. Winner gets the name, and they tied. 13-13. So it's that kind of, whether it's releasing chickens on the quad or dumping marshmallows, this is a historic rivalry, one of the best in the state.
Yeah, it really is. When I was explained to our guys there for a while, I think 32 out of 36 years as I was in school, Springdale had won. So I was just trying to explain to them not only how what it meant, but also the success we've had in the past.
It's been a streaky series. Coach Cheryl Williams never lost to Fayetteville.
Right.
And since the split, things have been a little bit different. But what's the plan here to change that and get this team moving back towards being more competitive with Fayetteville?
Right. Obviously they're number one in the conference right now for a reason. But we just try to tell our kids that every game we play is the most important game. It doesn't matter who we're playing that week. But just to, play as hard as we possibly can for 4 quarters and 48 minutes. And if we do that, I feel like that we can compete and give ourselves a chance versus anybody.
Let's talk about your team a little bit. Davon Sparks, last 2 weeks, over 100 yards. You've got him back sort of in game shape, and he's certainly making a difference for you.
Yeah, he really is. Just having that speed on the field really helps us out and takes a little bit more pressure off of Landon. At the quarterback position. But even yesterday, I could tell Davon just had a little bit, more in his step. So I think, each week as we go on, he's just getting a little bit stronger and getting back to his normal self.
You hear coaches this time of year talking about the bumps and bruises and just sort of the grind of playing in this conference. And you're dealing with it a little bit. You've got some guys that are banged up. What's the message to your guys as we, move into these last 3 weeks?
I think the biggest message is you've always got to be ready. If you're the backup, you're one play away from being in the game or being a starter. And so we've just been really emphasizing as far as the next man up. And we've had a lot of guys that, have played this year and have stepped up. So that's very encouraging.
One of the guys that I enjoy watching a lot is Zach Turner. We jokingly say he's a fire hydrant with arms in the middle of your defense. He's just a short, stocky guy. It's hard to move off the point.
Absolutely. And just as a sophomore, having 2 sophomores on the defensive line, that's extremely difficult in this conference. But both of those guys have been very successful and really held their own throughout this season.
First-time starter for you, Zamarian Manuel, sort of growing into that corner position. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's making plays in the passing game now, seems to be settling in. He's obviously a fast guy. He runs track. But he's a guy that we've seen a lot of growth from here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. A lot of these guys, they haven't had game experience from, the past or from last year. And so I just think the more that they can get settled in, the more comfortable they are, the more games and the more reps that they get, they're going to continue to get better.
There's a lot of guys that have started to emerge the last couple of weeks. One of my favorite is Junior Reyna. He does a little bit of everything for you. He can play some quarterback. He holds on extra points. He's a wide receiver. He's just kind of one of those Swiss Army knife jack of all trades kind of guys.
He really is. And he started coming along this summer. We noticed him in 7-on-7. And I think he had 4 catches last week, which is probably his career high for, for him. So I just think it helps us give us a little bit more offensively and more weapons and kind of takes the pressure off Chris Cortez and Landon and Davon.
We're going to talk strategy in the next segment about that team from down south, but in the field house right before the game, I mean, it's purple. I mean, it's kind of like waving a red cape in front of a bull. I mean, you've got to get really excited seeing that team on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. Just from the past and being able to play in these rivalry games, but just growing up and, knowing a lot of Fayetteville people, and, I'm definitely going to be excited, and I think our players will be as well.
Kickoff's coming up. We'll continue our conversation with Coach Hobbs on the other side of the break. You're watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town. To connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Climax at NWA, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. Right now is probably the easiest time that I've ever seen to achieve financing for people on maybe even a more expensive vehicle or more accommodating vehicle for their family. I've got the best inventory, I would say, in the state, and my people are not only experienced in the car business, but they're experienced in the people business. Whether you just check us out online or you check us out in person, we want you to visit us. Climax NWA and climaxnwa.com.
Accidents are never planned. But no matter how small, every emergency that involves a child is a big deal. It's everything. That's why we're here. Arkansas Children's Northwest offers the only pediatric emergency room in Northwest Arkansas with fast access, pediatric experts, and kid-sized care. Peace of mind when you need it most.
Welcome back to our conversation with Coach Brett Hobbs here on the Bulldog pregame show. And Coach, I was talking to Gene Chizik, total name drop. I was talking to Gene Chizik last week, and he was talking about getting teams up for big games. We were talking about the Razorbacks getting up for 3 straight SEC games, and Fayetteville finds himself in the exact same position. They had not beaten Bentonville in the regular season since 2005. Very emotional game for them. Absolutely. You catch them the week after. There could be a letdown. How do you take advantage, or how do you prepare your guys for something like that? That hey, this team might not be as focused.
Right. Exactly what you said. And that's kind of what we're hoping for as far as them coming in, just kind of riding high on that win and hopefully, coming in here thinking that they just got to get off the bus and get the win. And our guys have been preparing well each and every week, and so I know that we'll go out there and compete well.
Now, defensively, they're formidable. Caden Turner, the linebacker, he's a Wake Forest commit. Manny Powell, an Arkansas commit, not going to play in the ball game, but they've still got a lot of guys on that defense that can run and go get the ball. What do you see from them defensively?
Absolutely, Coach Chick, the defense coordinator, is one of my really good friends, and we go way back. He does a really good job, but from what I see is they play extremely fast. They're aggressive. They have a nose guard that's going to be very tough to handle. So I like our game plan going into this week. We might have to do some things that we haven't shown or hopefully that they're not preparing for.
There's some teams that have had some success. Bentonville West had some success moving the ball, running the ball on them, and that was with Powell in the lineup. It sort of plays right into what you guys like to do, which is, hey, here we come.
Right, and I think we're going to have to establish the run game. I believe that we're going to have to slow the game down just because of how powering their offense is. But I like our strategy, and I think our kids kind of have embraced that as far as that downhill toughness running game.
Offensively, they seem to have found a quarterback in the Fight Kid. I mean, he certainly looks the part. He has had some big games. You know, he's a guy who can run a little bit, he can throw a little bit. And, you know, how do you prepare for a guy like that?
You know, it is tough, especially with all the weapons that they do have. Receiver-wise, and how fast and athletic they are. So immediately that, you know, prevents a little bit of problem for us. You know, the quarterback fight, he does a great job as far as scrambling around, but also keeping his eyes downfield. I think he's looking to throw it as he's scrambling before he runs, but obviously we've seen that he can as well scramble and run.
Yeah, they're a run-first team. They want to line up, they want to come right at you. That seems to play, again, right into what you guys do really well. Play-action pass is certainly going to be a big part of this.
Yeah, and I think our strategy defensively going into the game is to, you know, just make them continue to snap the football. As far as, you know, we're going to invite them to run the football and try not to give up the big play. And hopefully, you know, if they get too greedy, we can steal one or two.
Game like this, field position could be an issue, or you know, something that you play to. Landon's been great punting the football the last couple of weeks. He's gotten off a 70, a 60, a couple of 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy that's certainly coming around and finding his groove in the punting game.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, as far as being able to turn the field over and you know, help our defense out. But he's done a great job, and you know, I think that it plays a big role, obviously, in any type game, but especially this one.
It's got to help having this game here. And playing this game, because the last couple of times Springdale's gone down to Fayetteville, it hasn't gone particularly well. They've been more competitive here.
Right. Yeah, last year, I mean, I think it, you know, in that first quarter, they just kind of blew it open and never really gave us a chance. So we're excited to be back at home. I think our kids are comfortable, obviously, playing here, and we'll welcome them in on Friday night.
Kickoff's on the way, Coach. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll get to the kickoff coming up on the other side of the break. You're watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER, hometown fresh.
Hey Northwest Arkansas, Lara here at Sam's Furniture. If you're looking for new furniture, we have over 170,000 square feet selection at everyday low prices and same-day delivery available. But the best part is that we love to serve our community. So when you buy at Sam's, part of your purchase goes to support one of the many amazing organizations that we have been blessed to partner with. Serving others, especially those in need, is our culture here, and we hope that you'll be a part of that too. Arkansas's largest furniture destination, get it at Sam's.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting where it matters most. Faster care in the emergency room. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville, and Springdale.
The Springdale Chamber of Commerce is among the top 1% of chambers in the nation to be honored with a 5-star rating by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. We work each day to make our members more profitable through programming and events that strengthen our economy, help to create jobs for a growing population, and support the needs of a diverse community. We make Springdale a better place to live. Learn more about the Chamber and Springdale by visiting our website, springdale.com.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere. bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks. Bring on summer.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Welcome back to Springdale's Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Springdale High School as we get set for the 122nd meeting between Springdale and Fayetteville. Springdale leads the series overall 62-46 with 13 ties. This teams first met in October 24th, 1908. They played to a 0-0 tie. They met the same year, November 26th, and played to a 6-6 tie. The first win in the series went to Springdale October 23rd, 1909. They won that game 5-0. Touchdowns back in the day were 5 points. And, and that's how this whole thing got started. This is one of, as we talked about at the start of the show here, that this is one of the not just classic rivalries in the state of Arkansas. It is one of the most intense rivalries. There are hijinks. There are practical jokes. There are a lot of things that have sort of made this rivalry what it is, including an egg fight down where the locomotion is.
Love it.
Down by the mall where Springdale students ambushed Fayetteville students and threatening a fight. Instead, it turned into an egging, courtesy of John Tyson in a field the night before the game. There was an incident where there were some chickens turned loose in Springdale High School.
Love it.
There were marshmallows dropped on the quad at Fayetteville. It is just one of those series.
From an airplane, you told me.
From an airplane, yeah. And it's just one of those series that, you never kind of know what has happened. It's also been a very streaky series. Springdale has the longest winning streak in the series, 13 games. That went from 1980 to 1992. Tonight, Fayetteville tries to win their 13th in a row. The last time Springdale broke through against Fayetteville was 2008. So that is where we start. These teams played in 1929. They played twice for the name Bulldogs.
They played twice, not
They
just
played
one.
twice because the first time they met, they played to a tie. They played again to a tie, and both teams went.
They couldn't come up with overtime on their own?
And
They had to wait for
both
somebody
teams
else
went,
to?
You know what? We're both going to be the Bulldogs.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to
And
be.
that's
I
how we
guess.
find ourselves with purple and red dogs. So that is, I was on the phone earlier today with Zach Clark, former Springdale coach and a former Fayetteville quarterback. He knows this rivalry inside and out. And weird things happen in this series. Zach never beat Fayetteville as a player. Never beat Springdale as a player. Never beat Fayetteville as a coach. It's one of those series that something weird always happens. Fayetteville's had the better of it the last couple of years, and we're excited to bring it to you. 122nd meeting. I
That's
believe.
incredible.
I know for a fact it's one of the longest running. It may be the longest running rivalry in the state of Arkansas. So welcome in, Drew. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
your first Battle of the Bulldogs.
Happy to be here. Going to have to really watch the Bulldog slang and have to really stick to red dogs, purple dogs.
Yeah, first year I did this. I had come from 4A Prairie Grove, and it was my first Springdale Fayetteville game. The Bulldog thing threw me for a loop. So we Springdale Fayetteville works, red dogs, purple dog, whatever you want to do. So captains are heading towards the middle of the field for Springdale's Grayson Bowman. Looks like Junior Flores, Danners Wiley. They are the captains for tonight. For Fayetteville tonight, the captain is J.J. Harjo, and we'll wait and see what the call is. Glad to have you guys here along on the Bulldog Sports Network. He's Drew Barrett. I'm Zach Arts. It's a beautiful night here in Northwest Arkansas. Slight wind if you're watching on television, blowing from right to left. We're coming from the south end zone to the north end zone towards the scoreboard. There's a little bit of a wind. We'll see if it has anything to do with the ball game tonight. We talked about it. Fayetteville is a heavy favorite tonight.
Yes. Yeah, they are. I mean, and it's no slight against Springdale. It really is just how talented and how good of a season these Purple Dogs have been having this year. They're looking for that first conference championship, like you mentioned, since 1963. And you don't do that without a special group and a team that plays fast, that can chunk it all across the yard. And, talking before the game, is Springdale's big plan here, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Make them run the ball. Make them stay within the box. Try to contain them. Don't let them get outside. And you see what happens. If you're able to do that, anything can happen. Like you said, like you've broken down about this historically long rival, weird and quirky things happen in this thing. So it wouldn't shock a lot. I don't think it shocked a lot of people if Springdale was able to play spoilers, just how the history of this game has gone throughout its 122 matchups.
Springdale won the toss. They're going to get the football first. And, we talked about Fayetteville not having won an outright conference title since 1963. And it just seems inconceivable. But I was talking to Matt Jones before the game, and he goes, when you have Gerald Williams, Joe Frederick Young, Barry Lundy Jr. in your conference.
It's a lot of legends.
Gus Malzahn, you're not going to win a lot of conference titles.
A lot of great coaches.
Yeah, and they've had one undefeated season in their history. It's not going to happen this year. They've got 2 losses in their non-con. But they beat Bentonville last week. You wonder how sharp they're going to be. It's the first time that they've beaten Bentonville since 2005 during the regular season. So a lot of things starting to align. You wonder if your heads are in a game for a team, for a Fayetteville team that should win this game fairly handily.
Yeah, I mean, you hear the conversation being thrown around all the time when you're talking about college football of overlooking teams. And don't be mistaken, that's not just something that happens at the pro level, the collegiate level. It happens at every level of football, including the high school level, of looking ahead, of seeing, quote-unquote, the easy W and going, all right, we can walk in there in our sleep and get the job done, But in all reality, especially at this level of high school football, you're still playing talented guys, regardless of what the record shows, regardless of statistics. These are still some of the best high school players in the state. So you've got to bring your A game every week, and you do kind of wonder, has Fayetteville maybe lulled themselves into a sleep thinking it's going to be easy? This is a big game for Springdale. Haven't won it since 2008. A lot of hype running into this, thinking, hey, let's be. I know it hasn't been the best season, but let's be that team that breaks that streak. Let's be the team to get that big monkey off your back. So you combine that mentality from the Red Dogs and maybe a little bit of a sleepiness from that purple team on the other side. We could have ourselves a ball game.
Springdale's come out of the field. They are 1-6 on the year, 1-3 in conference play. Fayetteville 5-2 overall, 4-0 in conference play. They are leading the pack right now. They're coached by Casey Dick, former Razorback quarterback. 14-19 overall. He is 10-12 at Fayetteville. As mentioned, Springdale's going to get the football first. They won the toss. They're going to take the ball. Now, now you and I talked to the coaches this week. And there are some things possibly in the works if they get the right looks.
Could maybe be an ace up the sleeve type of thing. Could be starting out here with a little bit of trickery, which when you have a game like this and you are pretty big underdogs, you gotta have to start pulling the rabbits out the hat, right? You got to pull out the tricks, keep pulling the handkerchiefs, everything. You've got to pull every stop out of the book, and the best way to do that is to catch the team on their heels to start with and to try to keep them there as long as you possibly can. And the best and easiest way to do that is a quick trick play that is successful and goes to the house.
Cannon Coleman's got it teed up. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Back deep for the Dogs, the Marion Manuel, Tajon Sparks. And the 122nd Battle of the Bulldogs is underway. This is Tajon at the 6, 20-yard line, 25, 30. Good return there by Tajon, and that's how you want to start if you're Springdale.
Oh, great return there by Tajon, and that might have be his furthest return of the season. Haven't really seen a lot out of the return game thus far for the Red Dogs, and great way to start. That's exactly the type of play, get some confidence in the offense before you even get out there saying, hey, we've got a pretty good starting ground. 26-yard return for Tajon, and Springdale's going to take over the football. 1st and 10. Landon Phipps will bring out the offense and complete 59% of his passes on the year, 783 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. His key, 659 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns. First play of the ball game, Tajon Sparks alone in the backfield. Here comes Tajon straight ahead, and he's going to be run down at the 30. It's going to be a 2-yard loss on 1st down. Yeah, not a very good job there by Davon on the outside, and definitely not a good job up front. You saw that those Purple Dogs just bust through that offensive line. You hope that that's not an outlier, not kind of what we're going to see for the rest of the game.
Talking to Brett Hobbs this week, Gabriel Farrell, the nose guard, 99. That's a guy that he has circled that Springdale has got to take care of. He is a disruptor.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Now, the guy to keep an eye on at the second level is Caden Turner. Here's Springdale. Quick snap. Fires right down the middle. Danners Wiley. Nice catch. 47-yard line. 1st down Bulldogs.
That was a great catch there by Wiley. Landon, had plenty of time back there. I almost blew it off with how much pressure he saw in that first play, thinking, oh, man, there's no way I'm going to have a lot of time with this 3-man front, and kind of sailed it. So great job by Wiley, really keeping his eye on the ball to bring it in.
They're going to go 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. Junior Reyna in line here at the bottom of the screen. Here's Landon straight up the middle. Landon Phipps on his way to the end zone. Touchdown Springdale. 3 plays, 68 yards, and the Red Dogs are on the board.
I mean, I was just like you. I thought Davon had the ball the entire time until I see the defensive lineman just give him a little push, and I go, wait, is there a flag? Did I miss a whistle? And then Landon's just gone out in front of the defense, 10, 15 yards. Great run by Landon. We've talked about it all year. This offense runs through his legs, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Great start. Could not draw up a better start if you're Springdale.
Chris Cortez on to try the extra point. Snap's good. Kicks on the way. And it's good. So our score with 10:53 to go here in the first quarter. Springdale 7, Fayetteville nothing. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957. Right here in the ballpark.
Springdale scoring drives, 3 plays, 68 yards, 1 minute, 7 seconds goes off the clock. Landon Phipps goes 47 yards, 7-0 Red Dogs. Chris Cortez has it teed up, and now, I think it's the game within the game. I think Springdale settled themselves down a little bit and, got themselves a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, I watched a little squib kick here, and they're going to go ahead and
that
try for an onside.
Touched. It's going to be taken at the 36-yard line. It's going to be returned past midfield, so not exactly what they were hoping for, but Springdale's going to they will be happy to take what they can here. This is a very explosive Fayetteville offense, and they will start at the 49 of Springdale. So
it's a little shocking of why you try that, especially when you're playing against such a high-powered offense like Fayetteville has. But like I said, you got to pull out all the tricks. You got to try every little thing that you got in the bag, and they're going to do it.
Bladen Fikes, the quarterback for Fayetteville. He's a senior, first-year starter, and now we've got whistles and a flag. Looks like illegal substitution against Fayetteville, so that'll back them up here to start. Springdale, everything right now going Springdale's way.
How do you get a legal substitution on the first play?
I'm not real sure.
That's a new one on me.
So it'll be 1st down 15. Fike will go empty here 10:47 to go, first quarter. 7-0 our score. Blatant Fike to throw. Good protection. Fike now fires near side, pass incomplete, broken up there by, well, that's Tajon Sparks will break that one up, and it'll bring up second down 15.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're kind of looking at this defensive formation, you're like, what is this thing that I'm seeing? Well, they're running basically a 3-2. What is that? 3-2-6. They're playing with three safeties. They're trying to keep everything in front of them.
Fike going to fire far side, pass complete across the 50. Be dragged down on the far side. Pass complete to Isaiah Satenga. Zamarian Manuel there on the tackle. Satenga, for those who follow recruiting, he's a Oregon commit. At one time committed to Texas A&M, then Oregon. He's a track guy, very, very fast. Got to watch him on the go routes. It's going to bring up a third down 5. Clock running, 10:20 to go first quarter. That's a 10-yard pickup on second down, sets up third down and 5. Omar Murray's the running back. They're going to go 4 wide. Mike will look to the sidelines, get directions, reset the protection. Play clock at 10. Springdale shows blitz. Here they come. They've got it set up far side. And Springdale is going to I think he's going to get it. It's Satenga on the catch. It's the same play they just ran. Nick Thompson over there among the Bulldogs to bring him down.
Yeah, thought you had him there short. I mean, good job by Satenga to keep his feet moving, of wiggling his way out of those arm tackles. That's just a play where you've really got to body him up. You got to be able to stop forward progress and get him to the down, and we'd be looking at 4th and 3 right here.
6-yard pickup gives Fayetteville a first down. This is Murray, his first carry, straight ahead. He's going to get 4 down to the 34-yard line. It's like Eduardo Hernandez there at the bottom of that pile. So we'll bring up second down 6. Fayetteville going to go fast here, trying to get Murray and Fike set in the backfield. Murray again, straight ahead. Nick Thompson's there. It's going to be about a 2-yard pickup. It's going to bring up a third down and short.
Yeah, it's a great job there by the Bulldog.
There you go. That's the first one. It's a $2 fine every time you do that.
Okay. Great job by the Red Dogs there to really plug up those holes and good tackling there.
Third down, we'll call it 4. And we've got flags. Looks like Caden Spencer jumped off sides. That's going to give Springdale, or I checked that, that's going to give Fayetteville a first down at the 27.
Yeah, can't be having that when you've got third down and you're playing good D. I mean, realistically, you haven't given up the big play. Coming in, you thought if you can keep the big play from happening and make them use some time, then you could have a shot at this.
Springdale giving up about 67 yards in penalty yardage per game so far. This is Murray. Now they're going to swing it near side. Tajon there to make the tackle at the 25. That's Littell on the catch.
Great job there by Tajon. And you see that's the type of tackling that you need to do with this Fayetteville team. Arm tackles aren't going to cut it. Big hits, putting a shoulder in the guy, it ain't going to cut it. You're going to have to go back to ideal play, like textbook tackling, putting a body next onto him.
Fike will throw. Good protection. He's going to fire down the middle pass. And we're going to get flags. Looks like Ricardo Gonzalez is going to be called for interference. Might have gotten there a little bit early.
Yeah, he got there early. I mean, I love the aggressiveness. I love the securing the tackle on one side, coming through with the hand on the other. But you got to time it a little bit better. Great intensity, great idea, just a little too early.
Pass intended for Littell. It is pass interference. It'll go against Ricardo Gonzalez. And we'll see where they mark it. Remember, in high school football, it's not an automatic first down that's carried with it, but this is going to be enough. They're going to mark off the 5th. They're going to put it at the 13, so it winds up being about a 12-yard penalty. And it'll be a first down for Fayetteville. Their first drive, 8:22 to go first quarter. This drive's gone 6 plays, 36 yards, now at the 13-yard line. This is Fike. Nice play there by Zamarian. Can't bring him down. That's Satenga. And they're going to run him out of bounds back at the 14. Great defense there by Zamarian Manuel to disrupt the play. It's going to go as a loss of 1. It's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, way to jump the route, but you got to finish it. You know, you're thinking, hey, this is going to make the highlight tape, man. This is going to be one of the things that I send out to college coaches. Well, now you got to scratch that because you didn't wrap up.
Goes down as a 0-yard gain. This is Murray. Springdale had him again, and Murray keeps fighting down to about the 6-yard line. It's going to be about a 6-yard pickup.
Murray just keeps those feet moving, and it's not going to be easy to bring these guys down. I hate to keep beating the same drum, But when you play a team like Fayetteville, you've got to have sound tackling. You can't give them any extra yardage.
Clock running, 7:40 to go, first quarter. 3rd down, 3. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. This is Murray, straight ahead. Ooh. Oh, my gosh. Nick Thompson with the hit, knocks the helmet off. He is short. What a play there by Nick Thompson. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He's going to lose a yard on the play. And now it's decision time for Casey Dick.
Yeah, great hit there by Nick Thompson. And hold those 4s up, big man. You earned it. You stopped that man short. You stopped him dead in his tracks. Great hit, and Bettermore wrapping up after the hit.
4th down and 3. Casey Dick keeps the offense on the field. Espinal is checked in for Murray. Fike gives to Espinal. Straight ahead. Springdale's there, and he's going to squirt through. I think he's
short.
Is he?
I think he's short.
Yeah, if you look at the far side, Springdale's going to hold. Their defense coming off the field. What a job by the Springdale defense. And the Springdale sideline is alive.
And I told you, crazy things happen. Big favorites come in here to Gerald Williams Stadium, and crazy things happen. You can't count your chickens before they hatch, and that's what I think Fayetteville did. We talked about it. Did they come in sleepy? Did they come in overlooking them? And Springdale has been able to take advantage of that and really pop them in the mouth.
Uriel Espino comes up a yard short. Springdale's got the football. 6:52 to go here in the first quarter. They have the lead 7-0. It'll be a dual back set. Tajon Sparks, Ronnie Stillwell in the backfield. Landon Phipps, the quarterback. They're going to run the zone read, looking for That's Davon. He's not going to get much. If anything, it's going to be a gain of not trying to run wide on this Fayetteville defense. I don't know. You got Caden Turner back there. He's a Wake Forest commit, good football player. They're missing Manny Powell, who's probably their best football player. He's a Razorback commit, moved in from Ohio. That's a full-grown man. He's 6'2", 230. He went out with an ACL tear.
Yeah.
No. He is out with an ACL tear, so a little hole in the middle of that defense. Luke Jansky has taken that spot, not the same player that Manny Powell was. 2nd down, 10. Landon with a quick snap. Here comes Davon. Across the 5 to 10. Good pickup there on 2nd down. And I'll tell you what, I'm watching a lot of the contact here with the Springdale offensive line. They are winning the battle right now.
They are. Yeah, they're getting a lot of good push. They're pushing them back. Only the first play is where you thought the Purple Dogs had the advantage up there in the trenches. And after that play right there, now 2 runs up the gut for very successful yards. I don't want to see anything east to west. We're going north and south all night.
3rd down, 2. Davon straight ahead, and he's going to go nowhere. Good play there on the back side of that, crashing down. Looks like Harrison Ennis. Check that. Caden Turner made the stop. And it's going to be a 2-yard loss, and Springdale's going to have to punt. Springdale not getting they're struggling a little bit off the edges, but I think you got to feel good here. 7-0, 5:30 to go in the first quarter. I think you got to feel really good about where you are.
Oh yeah, you definitely still feel good. I mean, not exactly the outcome that you wanted, but didn't get stopped in your tracks. Had a positive play there. You're seeing what you can and what will and what won't work on this Purple Dog defense. And right now you give them the ball basically where they had it last time, and you're ready to go.
Phipps with the punt to the 49-yard line. This is Littell. Good return. He's going to be bumped down at the 31-yard line. So an 18-yard return, and Fayetteville has great field position to start this drive at the 31.
They do, but you don't feel uncomfortable with your backs being this close to the goal line, right? You just had the 4th down stop within the 5-yard line. So you still feel good. You know that you can stop them, and that's the biggest thing, especially at this level. Just knowing that you can do something can really take you far. And now that you've proven that you can stop this offense, then you can do it again.
So it is a 1st and 10, ball at the 31. The Fayetteville offense after the 3-and-out has it back. Murray's back in the football game. Fike gives to Murray straight ahead, big hole, 20-yard line, 15. Omar Murray's going to be dragged down at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, this is a break. Fayetteville was able to find the breakdown of the defense, just wide open hole on the right side. Somebody missed an assignment there, and Fayetteville took advantage.
Gunnar Cornelison on the tackle. It's a 27-yard pickup. 1st down and goal. Ball at the 4. Fike and Murray in the backfield again. They'll take it. They'll pitch it. Coming near side that's Littell. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown pass for Bladen Fike. It's cheap on the tap pass, but it counts.
It counts. It was forward.
It does count. So Littell goes in for the touchdown, pending the extra point. We're looking at a tie ball game, so a very fast start for this Fayetteville offense. 2 good drives. This drive goes 2 plays, 31 yards, and now Springdale, the offense, is going to have to answer right back.
Yeah, you're going to have to do it. Maybe you'll pull out another trick. You pull an ace out of the sleeve and see what else in your bag of tricks will work.
Jason Johnson tries the extra point. Boy, that looked like a 9-iron.
It got blown dead. It got blown dead.
Offsides against Springdale.
Just kind of went up there like he was taking a sand wedge.
So just went, they call the offsides against Springdale. We'll see here. Casey Dick is now out at the 23-yard line, and he is, I guess they're going to leave the extra point team on the field.
Man, this is normally where a lot of teams will just go ahead and take the shot at it.
Yeah, I mean, you're now at the 1-yard line. But they're going to leave Jason Johnson on to try the extra point.
I was about to say, the holder didn't move up. I was like, all right, if you want to kick it further, go ahead.
Drake Lindsay is the holder. He a relative of former Springdale quarterback Jack Lindsay. He's his cousin. He is the holder, and now we've got whistles again, more flags.
Somebody's got to be lining up.
Yeah.
Lining up wrong. There's no jumping here. It's just somebody's lining up over on top of the ball.
That's back-to-back offsides penalties against Springdale. The ball's going to be placed inside the 1.
Well, at least this time it only cost you like 3 inches.
Yeah, but the point is, I mean, you can't have back-to-back offsides penalties.
No, you can't. I mean, you can't have that mental lapse of judgment there, and you just got to figure out what's going on. I mean, somebody's just lining up wrong because you didn't even get close to the snap there, and now
here comes the offense.
Fayetteville's going to take the shot at it because basically they just got to fall forward for half a yard, but in Fayetteville fashion, they're going to go for the shotgun.
Espinal in the backfield along with Bladen Fike. Fike to throw. Going to throw the corner route. Got a guy out there, and he overshot him.
Yeah, he overshot him. Thought he might have been able to come up with the catch there. Kind of weird play to run from the half-yard line, right?
I mean, it's open.
Yes, it was open, but it's not always automatic at this level.
So our new score, Springdale 7, Fayetteville 6, 4:36 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
Climax at NWA, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. Right now, it's probably the easiest time that I've ever seen to achieve financing for people on maybe even...
Fayetteville scoring drive was 2 plays, 31 yards. It's a 4-yard touchdown pass from Bladen Fike to Dawson Littell. Extra point, the 2-point conversion, no good. 7-6 our score. 122nd meeting between these two schools. This is going to be Tajon Sparks at the 6. Tajon, 20-yard line, looking for a little crease. Not going to get there. Might get back to about the 23, 24-yard line, and that is where this drive will start. So, after all of that, everybody take a breath. 4:29 to go here, first quarter. Had a lot of action here.
Oh, yeah.
2 drives for each team, 1 touchdown. Springdale's defense playing hard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you certainly can't fault them there. They have come out to play today. The offense, first drive, boom, 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 touchdown. Second drive, 3 and out. So we'll see what they come up with this time around. 24-yard line will be where they scrimmage. It'll be a 4 wide receiver set. Ronnie Stillwell is the running back alongside Landon Phipps. That's Davon Sparks. He'll move back into the backfield. Landon quickly fires. Danners Wiley caught. 30-yard line. And he'll fall forward past the 30. So a nice little play there by Springdale on first down.
Yeah, good job. Good catch there by Wiley, catching it right there in traffic. But you would have liked to maybe have seen Landon go through progressions. I think that was kind of a called route of hey, you're throwing it to Wiley, because you had Davon out here in the flats and nobody open and a lot of green grass. Maybe would have liked to see him check off and go to a different receiver.
Second down, here's Landon straight ahead. He's got first down yardage. They're going to mark him at the 35. And I think Springdale, as this game sort of develops here, is going to want to slow the pace down a little bit. You want to keep the ball away from Fayetteville if you can.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to keep them from scoring is not giving them the ball.
Exactly. So it's first down 10, ball at the 35-yard line, 3:45 to go here, first quarter. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. This is the same formation they scored on the touchdown run. And here comes Landon again. This one's going to go for 10, maybe 11 yards.
They're going to mark 11 and a half.
Yeah, it sure did. That's the exact same play that they ran on the touchdown. They're going to mark him down at the 46, so they'll give him 11, a first down for Springdale. Springdale moving the football here in the first half, approaching 100 yards total offense.
And I mean, here's the great thing. The reason why these freeze plays I like to call them, are working is because you're basically going off of your defensive tackle, and you're making him pick and choose which one he's going after.
There's Davon. He's going to be close to midfield, straight ahead. And I think this is what they want to do. This looks more like what we've seen the last couple of weeks. It's going to be a 3-yard pickup. Bring up second down, 7, clock running, 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Springdale not in any hurry.
Not in any hurry. And just to kind of clarify why I call them a freeze play, and that's not just some terminology that I made up. I mean, it's pretty common terminology. But the reason why it's called that is because you're freezing the defensive end. You're making him make the decision as you go like this, and as soon as he makes a move either straight to get the running back or crash in, you got your decision there, and it's normally a guaranteed positive play.
Landing complete near side. That's Junior Reyna. He's going to run out at the 45-yard line. It's going to be about a half a yard short. Junior's first catch on the ball game. Guy that's coming on, was talking to Coach Hobbs about him earlier this week. And he is a guy that is certainly coming on. Big guys coming on. Here comes Junior Flores, Nick Thompson. Going to send the little guys off.
This is new.
This is the goal line formation. That's Davon in motion. Here comes Landon, and we've got whistles. And we'll wait and see. I think you're going to get an illegal procedure here against Springdale, illegal shift. Okay. So they're going to back Springdale up 5 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Oh, they're going to let the play stand, so it's going to go as a 2-yard loss. Okay.
So what do you do if you're Springdale here?
Well, I think you what do you have to lose here?
Nothing really.
I think you take your chances here.
I think they will. I mean, we have seen Landon kind of do the squib kicks, and he's been very, very successful at them this year. But I think they're going to go for it.
The 44-yard line is the line to make. 4th down 4. Landon in the shotgun's got 2 running backs alongside. Chris Cortez, Danners Wiley, they're near side. Junior Reyna is the receiver to the top. Landon's going to throw. And now he's in trouble, and he's going to go down back at the 42. That's the 23rd sack that the Springdale offensive line has given up this year. It has been a problem. 10 of them last week in the loss, and this is the first one tonight.
Yeah, it has been a problem and could not have come at a worse time. Jason Johnson there for the Purple Dogs, and you see him kind of looking like something you haven't really seen in a long time out of football, that kind of just big arms up top and just grabbing and falling down.
1:39 to go here in the first quarter. Bladen Fikes back on the field. Omar Murray alongside. Fikes going to throw. This little pump and go for Satanga. He's got a guy. There he is at the 15. That's Isaiah Satanga. Makes 3 guys miss, and Satanga's into the end zone for the touchdown. And, those sudden change plays, and Springdale gives up another long play, and it's now 12-7 with 1:29 to go.
Yeah, that was a good play there by Fayetteville, and you could tell that it was a pump fake, because if you watch his arm motion, his pump fake wasn't very realistic.
It
was kind of like a slide arm. I was like, you throwing sidearm? You up on a mound there, bro? Like, what are you doing? So, but it was effective enough. Gave Satanga the space that he needed, and you got to give him credit there, having 3 guys in front of him and putting the juke stick there to good use.
Fayetteville's run 3 plays. They've scored 2 touchdowns on them, and now they're going for 2, trying to make this a 7-point ball game. Espinal's back in the backfield. 3 wide receivers near side. Fike, he'll throw, and now he's going to have to run. Got green turf in front of him. Springdale had him hemmed in, and he is going to get in for the 2-point conversion. So Bladen Fike's going to run it in. And with 1:29 to go here in the first quarter, our new score, Fayetteville 14, Springdale 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
A more expensive vehicle or more accommodating vehicle for their family. I've got the best inventory, I would say, in the state. And my people are not only experienced in the car business, but they're experienced in the people business. Whether you just check us out online or you check us out in person, we want you to visit us. Playmaxy NWA and playmaxynwa.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another.
1:29 to go here in the first. Jason Johnson's got it teed up. Coleman Johnson has it teed up back deep. Tajon Sparks, and now Davon Sparks back deep. So Springdale's going to have to answer here. Fayetteville's run 3 offensive plays. They've scored on 2 of them. This is Tajon at the 2, looking for room. Finds the 15 across the 20, out towards the 23-yard line. That's where Springdale will start.
Yeah, and got to kind of go back to what has worked. I mean, obviously, Landon's doing a good job on his feet outside of that third down play, but and I think it's mostly because trying to get it back outside. It seems to working when you're going north to south, when you're running between the tackles, when you're doing that freeze play, and you're able to kind of let the line develop in front of you. You know, you want to hit the hole fast and you want to hit the hole aggressive, but there is something to be said about hitting it too fast, right? You got to let your linemen create those holes in the first spot. So you'd like for them to stick with the game plan going between them.
So Springdale takes over 1st and 10. Ball's at the 24-yard line. They're going to let Junior Reyna take a snap here. Now he's under pressure. Junior's going to be run down at the 22. That's one of those gadget plays. They put Landon at the quarterback spot and then tried to sneak him out. That's not going to work. And Fayetteville they are flying to the football now. They kind of smell it.
Yeah, if they were asleep to start this game, they have woken up. They've had their morning coffee and they're starting to really feel it.
Under a minute we go, first quarter. Springdale down by 7. They marched right down the field on that first drive. Just boom, boom, boom. They were in the end zone. Since then, it has been all Fayetteville. This is a more conventional set. It's Landon in the shotgun with Ronnie Stillwell alongside. Landon going to throw. Here comes the blitz. He's got a man there on the corner route. That's Davon. Nice catch at the 38-yard line. Folks, that's a heck of a catch by Davon Sparks.
Great job there, young man. Good way to get the full extend. I mean, I would love a picture from the end zone to see how flat and parallel his body was to the ground. Man, that is some great concentration.
Randy Hutchinson from 5H Photography down here on the sidelines. I know he got that.
I need a copy.
So it's 1st down 10 after the 16-yard pickup. Landon in the shotgun again. Here comes Davon trying to bounce outside, 40-yard line. Gets to the 45, out near midfield. He's going to be run out of bounds. So a nice pickup there on 1st down. Springdale got a little something going here.
Yeah, and best part about that play is it's not Sparks really finally getting to the edge. It was Cortez out there. Did you see that block? I mean, held that thing for a long time. And normally when you ask a wide receiver to hold a block that long, you're going to get a flag. But he did a great job of keeping his hands right there in that rib cage, not letting go, not fully extending, and doing the best blocking that I've seen out of a wide receiver this game, probably the whole season. That was great.
So the ball's at the 47. It's 2nd down. We'll call it less than a yard. Springdale goes same formation, 2 running backs in the backfield. This is Landon straight ahead. He's got 1st down yardage into Fayetteville territory. We'll knock him down at the 49, and that should be the last play of the first quarter. Clock at 12, and it'll stop momentarily, and now it picks up and goes. So I don't think Springdale's going to try and push the issue here. So the Dogs, impressive here in the opening drive. Fayetteville answers twice, and our score after 1 quarter, Fayetteville 14, Springdale 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey football fans, this is Jimmy Dykes, and I'm excited to share that my friends at Allied are giving you the chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. All you have to do is text Allied to 844-950-3477. I've got to tell you, my family uses Allied for our home service needs, and you can't find better service or better people in Northwest Arkansas. Whether it's plumbing, heating and air, electric, or pest control needs, they'll be quick to get you scheduled and provide top-notch service from beginning to end. Make sure to give them a call.
Welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium as we start the second quarter. Springdale with the football. 1st down 10. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Springdale with 120 yards total offense in the first quarter. Fayetteville just 107. They do trail on the scoreboard, 14-7. This is their 3rd drive of the ball game. This is Davon. He's going to run into a wall there, maybe got a yard out of it.
I think they're going to give him a yard. Still like the idea of running it up the middle, but I mean in that first half you got to give it up to Landon. I mean 6 carries, 55 yards on the ground, perfect through the air right now. Knock on wood, 4 for 4, 51 yards through the air. Now got helped out by Wiley and Davon on some amazing catches, but you still like the statistics.
So 2nd down 9. Landon quickly fires near side. Chris Cortez. Cortez at the 45 finds a little bit of room. And Springdale's going to have a 3rd down manageable. Looks like they're going to bump him out at the 42. Chris's first catch in the ball game. He's going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it, the line makes the 39, so we'll call it 3rd down and 3.
3rd down and manageable. I mean, there's no place I mean, obviously you'd like a 1st down, but I'm talking if you're facing a 3rd down, you want it at that 3 or short mark.
Springdale 0 for 2 on 3rd downs. Clock stopped, 11:26 to go in the half. This is Davon in motion. He'll come alongside Landon in the shotgun. Landon quickly looking, fires over the middle, knocked down Caden Turner. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 3, and I would assume you're probably going to go.
Yeah, I assume you are, and that was the exact same play. You know, they tried to get it to Wiley, the play that I talked about on the previous drive where, you'd have liked to seen Landon kind of go through his progressions, and Wiley just kind of ran that little in and was about to come out, didn't let it develop, but the linebacker for Fayetteville read it all the way. I get the, kind of called plays, especially for a guy like Landon, but you also want to give him the freedom to run through his progressions.
So they send the punt team on. Landon kicks it. Littell at the 10-yard line catches and immediately knocked down at about the 13-yard line. It's like Tajon there, Datrion there, Eduardo down there as well. So ball's going to go back to Fayetteville, an offense that has suddenly found their groove.
They found the rhythm.
So it'll be 1st down for Fayetteville. Ball will be placed at the 13-yard line. Layden Fike will bring the offense back onto the field. Fike thus far tonight, 6 of 7, 65 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns passing. Omar Murray, leading rusher so far for Fayetteville. He's got 40 yards. This 1st down 10, 11:17 to go in the half. Murray alongside Fike in the shotgun. This is Murray looking for a little seam. And I think they're going to call him. Well, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
I thought the ground caused the fumble. Datrion whiffed on the tackle. Was enough to get him off his feet.
Yeah.
And then the ball comes loose. They're going to call that no gain. They did call that a fumble. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I mean,
okay. Like we
did
got
you not recognize that? That was the old-fashioned ghost tackle.
The turf monster got him.
That was a Springdale play from 1908 coming out here playing.
Here's Murray again, looking for a little room. He's across the 15-yard line. Springdale's got him knocked down. It's going to be a gain of a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd down. It's like a 3-yard pickup, bring up 3rd down and 7. Fayetteville on the night, 1 out of 2 on 3rd downs. The line to make, we'll call it the 22 and a half. There'll be a 4 wide receiver set. Fike's going to throw. Good protection. Now he's going to fire one. Satenga, complete 29-yard line, 1st down Fayetteville.
Yeah, it was just a good job by Fike going through his progression, letting the play develop. And it wasn't terrible coverage there by Sparks on the right side. Just got beat by about a half a step.
Satenga, 5 catches, 72 yards so far. So those numbers starting to accumulate. Has the 1 touchdown. This will be 1st down 10, ball at the 29. This Murray straight ahead. Springdale's right there. That's Gunnar Corneliusen, first one to make contact. They'll drag him down back at the 26.
Corneliusen came off right off the edge. No Purple Dog offensive lineman saw him, did anything about it, and came up untouched. And great job of getting the body, of holding him there. If for some reason you don't feel like you can make the tackle by yourself, at least hold him up and wait for the gang of dogs to come in and clean it up.
2nd down 13, 9:20 to go here in the 1st half. Fike's going to throw. Protection's good. Corneliusen gets there, looking for, I think that was for Satenga. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. Now check that.
That'd be Blackburn.
That was no. Boy, we are bad at this, aren't we? It was Jalen Blackburn.
They have 500 people on this roster.
Yeah,
Zach. I don't know who's who half the time.
So, it was Jalen Blackburn. I was talking to Casey Dick earlier this week, and I just sent him a text. I'm like, hey, dude, I need your roster, and I don't need the one with 300 guys on it.
I don't need the one with 4 19s.
So it'll be third
365.
down. Third down and 13. Fayetteville converted the last one. It'll be an empty set. Fike to throw. Good protection. He fires near side. Pass complete. That's Cattell, and he's into Springdale territory at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, good pitch and catch there from Fikes and Cattell there. Also, good job after the catch, for the Purple Dog to extend into play. That's just one that kind of hurts. You've been doing a good job of keeping everything in front, of having good coverage, and you just kind of break down there.
27-yard pickup gives Fayetteville a first down. Clock's moving. 8:45 to go in the first half. They'll go empty set again. Fike will throw. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run. Fike, 40-yard line, still moving. Ooh. He's clocked. I think that was Datrion that got him. Cornelison there as well.
Legal, though. He looked like – Fikes looked like he was about to start going down and didn't get down quick enough. And good hit. And you take advantage of when you can. You put some licks on this young man, see if you can't rattle him, and you do it legally, and that's exactly what you did.
It's enough for a first down. It'll be first down at the 37-yard line. Omar Murray's back in the backfield for Fayetteville. Here's Murray straight ahead. Springdale going to get there. It'll wind up being about a 4-yard pickup. Gunner again at the bottom of the pile getting up. Looks like Junior Flores there as well.
Yeah, plenty of Red Dogs in on that tackle, and that's what you want to see. And when you're playing guys like Fayetteville has, that churn those feet, that are very nifty and quick, you got to gang tackle.
This is Espinal straight ahead, and he's going to get real close to first down yardage. I think he's going to get it.
No, they're going to mark him short.
Yeah, boy, I'm going to get better at this one of these guys.
I don't know if it's your eyesight or the ref's eyesight. I don't know who I trust more.
Well, hey, if they're going to now we're going to get a personal foul here on Fayetteville. They took Gunnar Cornelson's shoe. He lost his shoe, and a kid took it and threw it back towards the Super S.
What is this, Florida?
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be
a shoe game. We already named it. It's clear as day. It's the shoe game.
It's a stupid penalty.
It is.
There's no
just leave it.
There's no reason. I mean, you can take it. You can throw it towards the Springdale sideline. Whatever you got to do. You don't have to take it and throw it towards. It's just a dumb penalty.
It really is.
So now,
and any day now, when they decide they want to move the ball.
Now, what's the call here? They came out the yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I was going to say they came out. They called the unsportsmanlike. So it'll go against Fayetteville.
Mm-hmm.
That'll march them back to the 43.
I guess the refs know I have an early morning tomorrow,
Yeah,
so they're
you
just
do.
like, well, he'll be fine. He can drive back to Fort Smith tonight at midnight. It's fine.
So it'll be third down. The line to reach is about, we'll call it the 26, so we'll call it third down 17. It's a 5-wide receiver set. Fike to throw. Steps up, fires. He's got a man down the sideline. He overshoots him. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And that penalty is going to be what forces Fayetteville to punt.
Yeah. It is, because
it's just not smart. It's undisciplined.
It's undisciplined. It costs your team. And the fact of the matter is you wouldn't even be running that play if you didn't have to back it up 15 yards. And it happens. We've seen it at every level. I mean, I just mentioned the Florida LSU game last year, the most famous shoe toss that we've seen in previous years. But it's just so dumb. Like, one, leave it. Or two, how about we show some sportsmanship and hand it to a guy?
Tyreek Scott's in the punt. Snap's good. Kick. Nearly blocked, and we're going to get the 15-yard penalty.
That was just a bad angle, and he's slow to get up.
And that goes as a personal foul.
Mm-hmm.
It's a first down. It's just, once again, just not smart.
Not smart. Yeah, and you like the aggressiveness, though. You like the intensity. You like the fact that they're going for the block. Like, it does drive me crazy when you watch football nowadays and you have nobody run. They just kind of play patty cake up there at the front. I like the fact that you're like, hey, let's try to block it. I mean, it has happened before. I've seen it done. But you gotta pick and choose your angles.
You just gotta be smarter than that. I mean, you're getting the football back.
Yeah, I mean, he just came in two heads straight. If he'd have made a little bit of a curve and done it the way that he's been taught and the way that he's been told, that play never happens.
Well, I mean, it happened last week. You got a roughing the kicker penalty last week, which gave Rogers a first down that ultimately led to a touchdown. You give Fayetteville new life at the 28-yard line.
And that's something you never want to do.
No, it's just not. You got to know. I mean, you got to be aware, and you got to know you can't touch the punter. So it's first down 10 for Fayetteville. Ball at the 28-yard line. 7:07 to go here in the half. Fayetteville bailed out by the roughing the kicker call. So Feichel set up in the shotgun. He's got Espinal alongside. Fike's going to throw, and Casey Dick likes these sudden change big plays. This one high and incomplete, intended for Littell.
Yeah, Vice is just sailing his balls. You know, earlier in the game, we saw him be pretty accurate, pinpoint. I think completed 6 out of his first 7 passes, and the last 3, he's just floating. He's not getting his arm angle right, and I think Springdale might want to switch it back. There now seems to be kind of going back and forth between a 3 and a 4-man. Now they're back into the 4-man with the 3 safety.
This is Omar Murray trying to bounce outside. Springdale nearly catches him. That's Datreon, and he's going to wind up picking up, we'll call it 4 yards down to about the 24-yard line. Datreon makes good contact, just can't wrap him up.
I like the speed. I like the intensity. You got to finish the play.
Second down, we'll call it 3rd down at 6.
Doesn't make any reel if he doesn't go to the ground and you don't hear a whistle.
So 3rd down 6, clock running, 6:34 to go in the half. Fike's in the shotgun again, 4 wide receiver sets. Murray's the lone running back. Fike steps up. Now he's going to take off and run. He's got green turf in front of him. First down, runs out of bounds at the 16, and that'll be enough for a Fayetteville first down. And
you know, the main thing, then kind of the disheartening part of of this is, you know, you give them new life, and if they're able to score here, you've kind of just given them half the field.
Yeah,
you're giving them very short drives on all possibly 3 of their scoring drives. So you'd like to see what they can do.
This is Omar Murray. He's going to get into the end zone, and in for the Fayetteville touchdown goes Omar Murray from 16 yards out, and Springdale, their own worst enemy on that drive, gets the roughing the kicker call, gives Fayetteville the football back, and they cash it in from 28 yards. So Fayetteville's going to take the lead here, 20-7, 6:16 to go here in the first quarter. Coleman Johnson on to try the extra point. Kicks on the way. And it's good. So our new score with 6:16 to go in the half. Fayetteville 21, Springdale 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank, only in Arkansas.
So I've been doing competition barbecue for 15 years. The last 10 years we've been doing catering, and then the last 2 years we've started a fundraising business.
White's on to kick for Fayetteville. This Fayetteville scoring drive, 14 plays, 87 yards. It was really 2 different drives.
Yeah.
It was the drive pre-personal foul. It was the drive post-personal foul. So Springdale now finds themselves down by 14. This kick, kind of a knuckleball, is going to come down to Tejon at the goal line. Tejon out to the 15, 20, 25, 30. Tejon's got a seam, 35. Tejon in the clear, 50-yard line, on his way. He's going to be tracked down at the 8-yard line. So it's a 92-yard return, the longest of Tejon's career, and Springdale's got first and goal at the 8.
Oh, man, he's 8 yards short from glory. Glory there. Great job by Tejon. And I saw the hole. When he hit that 25, I was like, if he cuts it back to the right, Zach, he's going to the house. And he did a nice little left cut over, went straight through the hole, and got her going. Unfortunately, when you run 92 yards, you do get
a little tired.
You do get a little winded, and ultimately got caught there at the back. But, hey, set his team up perfect.
So Springdale take over. It's first and goal. Ball at the 8-yard line. They'll go 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 2 tight ends. Landon's in the shotgun. Springdale in need of a score here, and we've got whistles and a flag. And
I'm not feeling too good about it.
Hang on. They're
Oh.
Yep, they're going to.
Yep.
Yeah, it's offsides
Okay.
against Fayetteville.
I feel a lot better about
There
it.
you go. So it's half the distance. Ball go to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, last time I checked, 4 is a lot closer than 8, so I'll take it.
Heck yeah, we'll take that. 6:02 to go in the half. Springdale with an opportunity here to really get right back into the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, before that big return by Tajon, you're kind of worried. You're thinking, oh, man, has Fayetteville woken up? Is the dam about to break? And, hey, you just put a new slab of concrete on if you can score right here.
Landon in the shotgun. He's going to keep it and be dragged down at the 4. So it'll be gain of 0 on that particular play.
I think they might even mark them, well, depending on what judge. These line judges are a little off sync. I think they about a half a yard maybe.
I'll give a shout-out to our guy, Wes Mitchell. He loves hearing both of us together. Well, Wes, welcome aboard. 21-7, clock running, 5:35. Wes watching at home tonight on the big screen. He's got like a 65-inch plasma deal.
That's the way you do it.
That's right. Second down, goal, ball at the 4. Here's Landon, quarterback power, trying to find a room. Hops over one guy, and he's going to fight his way down, we'll call it the 2-yard line.
I mean, there's nobody else that you want the ball in their hands right now. I mean, because we know that that you live and die by Landon's legs, and just sort of like maybe felt like it was so close, just bounce off one little block
it's not necessarily
there.
the worst thing. Clock's running.
Yeah, oh yeah. And we talked about that.
Yeah, now Fayetteville gets the ball to start the second half. So, I mean, you want to take as much time off the clock as you can. You don't want to give them a 2-for-1 here.
No.
Stillwell's the running back alongside Landon. We've got a bunch formation near side. Landon's going to take it and run. He's going to power his way. Boy, he's real close. Inside the 1-yard line, and he's not going to get there.
Oh, you push it. You push it.
Well, I don't think they're going to send the kick team on.
Yeah, you don't settle at the half-yard line,
No,
Mark.
you do not.
Put that man under center and let those legs churn.
4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. 21-7 our score. Springdale scored on their opening drive. Since then, it's been all Purple Dogs. Ball is resting inside the 1-yard line. Play clock right now at 15. And I'm, just the way things are going here, I think they may let this thing run down and call a timeout and talk about this. Coaches
I don't
aren't
blame
in any
them.
sort of hurry here. I see Coach Hobbs down there. Coach Muller, the defense coordinator's down there. Coach Watley's in there. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. So
Not a bad idea. You can't take them to the next half anyways.
4:02. When we come back, Springdale will have a 4th and goal inside the 1-yard line. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
And barbecue to raise money for kids, schools, churches, organizations, anybody that needs to raise money. We use barbecue to do that, kind of following our passion, helping others. We just started raising money for the career and technical education classes at Springdale Public Schools, for the Springdale Athletic Foundation and then the Springdale Education Foundation. So we started that program last week. We're about 4 days into it and it's been going great. We've got a lot of people supporting kids and supporting the foundations.
4:02 to go in the half. Springdale facing a 4th down and goal at the 1-yard line. This is a big play here. I mean, you punch this thing in, it's 21-14, it's game on. You get stopped here, well, and then you got them backed up.
Yeah,
but,
and you haven't really seen them go the full length without something happening.
Without help.
Yeah.
Springdale's defense is hung in. Fayetteville with 194 yards of total offense. Springdale with 130 to this point. Really needs that 131. So here we go. 4th down and goal. They're going to go. This looks like a Maryland dive. They're going to go under center. Landed. Going to go under center. This feels like quarterback sneak. Sure enough, and they're going to try and push him in. And
he got it.
Got in there. Touchdown, Springdale. Landon Phipps from a yard out, and Springdale's cut the lead down to 8.
We've got a ball game. Love to see it. Anything can happen in the 122nd meeting of the Bulldogs. Woo!
That one, that feels like the longest 8-yard drive in the history of football. You know what I mean?
I think those 8 yards took 8 years off my life.
Chris Cortez on to try the extra point. Junior Reyna will be the holder. That's a very important extra point. Springdale 12 out of 16 on extra points this year. Make it 12 out of 17 or 13 out of 17. This one on the way. And good. So now 14 out of 18. 4 minutes exactly to go in the half. Springdale down by 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
and get ready for Thanksgiving that's coming up around the corner. So we're selling smoked turkeys and smoked hams to raise money for those groups.
I think first of all, the product is number one, delicious and award-winning, and you have somebody from the community who's raised children in this community that wants to give back. I mean, that's an amazing thing in itself. And then you partner it with the schools, and then you partner it with students who need the funds to be able to compete and travel and see the world.
4 minutes exactly to go in the half. The Springdale scoring drive, 4 plays, 8 yards, ends with a Landon Phipps quarterback sneak for a touchdown. Springdale has cut the lead down to 7. Chris Cortez has it teed up. Littell's back deep. Chris with a knuckleball. Hits at the 30. That ball is a live football, and they're going to fall on it back at the 29. So you achieve your goal. Not the most aesthetically pleasing thing, but you do. You get what you want out of it.
You do, and who knows, that ball, takes a quick hop back, might be able to fall on it. So you like the idea. It's like coming into this game, not expected to win, not really expecting to compete the way that you are now. So you go for broke. What do you really have to lose at this point? You try everything you can, and you keep doing that. It's going to pay off. Something's going to work.
Well, it's first down 10, ball to 29. Here's Fike, fires near side. This is Satanga. Satanga going to have first down yardage out to the 39-yard line. They'll give them the 40, and it'll be a 1st and 10. That's a quick 11 yards for Fayetteville.
Yeah, Satanga is showing why he is involved in so much of this offense. He's a true weapon and somebody you do not want to give any type of separation on. Even just a quick little screen like that, you need to be right up on top of him.
They're going to mark him short. They marked him out just at the 38-yard line. This is Murray straight ahead. And he's going to be dragged down to 46, so he'll have a first down. We'll call that one we'll call it a 5-yard pickup. Enough for the first down. Clock stopped momentarily. 3:49 to go in the half. Springdale down by 7. Had opportunities, just haven't been able to cash in.
Yeah, and this could be the biggest series of the game if you stopped them here before half.
Fike fires far side. That's Satanga. Now he's one step away. Check that. That wasn't Satanga. That was Blackburn on the far side. The 2s and 1s, they're starting to all look the same.
All starting to blur together.
Yeah, really, my eyesight is not exactly what it used to be.
Do I need to schedule you an appointment for the eye doctor?
You're going to have to schedule me a couple. Second down, 2 yards to go. Clock is moving. 3:15 to go. Plenty of time for both teams. Fayetteville has all 3 of their timeouts. Springdale with 2. Fike gives to Murray straight ahead, finds a little seam, 40-yard line, but cuts back, and he's going to be knocked down at the 36.
Man, Murray is shifty. That hole that he ran through up there on the line, that was not a big hole. That was kind of a turn sideways, excuse me type of move that he had to make with his hips.
9-yard pickup. He doesn't look like he's moving that fast.
He doesn't, but he somehow covers a lot of ground quick.
Murray on the counter. Springdale's got this one defense nicely. Caden Spencer there down at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard pickup. Springdale's done a nice job on this Fayetteville running game to this point. It's been the pass game, which has been an issue.
You kept them in check.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. 18 carries, 108 yards for Fayetteville here in the first half. Clock is momentarily stopped at 2:38. I'm not sure why. Now they're going to wind it.
I don't know what happens half the time. With some of these referees.
We try not to guess along with the referees. It's bad for your health. Second down 8, ball at the 35. Springdale shows blitz. Here they come. Fike firing. He's got a man wide open at the 15. Tajon got turned around. That's Satanga. And he's going to get down to the 1-yard line. This is exactly what you couldn't have happen on this drive is for Fayetteville to go right down the field.
Yeah, and you can't have Satanga be the one to beat you. You know what kind of weapon he is. You know what type of player he is. And Tajon just got turned around there. I wasn't watching Satanga the whole way down. I don't know what type of move he put on him, but you can't get turned around like that.
Espinal straight ahead. Springdale right there.
Staying alive.
That's Landon making the tackle.
Keeping that clock rolling.
It's like Kane Pinto gosh, boy, my eyesight is terrible, man. I apologize. I've got to go to the doctor. I'll get it rectified. I'll get it corrected. It's like Peyton Phipps. That was a Phipps connection on the tackle there. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Clock moving, 1:45 to go. Espinal stays in. Second and goal. This is Espinal. And he's going to fight his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah.
So with 1:32 to go in the first half, Fayetteville answers right back with an Espinal touchdown, and Springdale finds themselves down 13 pending the extra point.
Even if they make this, you're down 14 going to the half. I still think you take this as a positive. You take this as a win. You're a lot closer than a lot of people thought you were. I think a lot of people checking scores around the Arkansas area is thinking Springdale's giving them a ball game, and they really have.
The extra point's good.
A few mistakes here and there. This is a different game.
Our new score with 1:32 to go in the half, Fayetteville 28, Springdale 14. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
World in a different way. I mean, it's just a win-win. That's what current technical education is all about.
Experience everything Springdale has to offer. Visit ExploreSpringdale.com or download the new Explore Springdale app. It's the best place to discover all there is to do and see in Springdale. We'll help you explore our many eateries and attractions and introduce you to our shopping, arts, parks, and trails. You'll also find links to our great hotels and meeting venues.
The Fayetteville scoring drive, 7 plays, 71 yards. They're back up by 14. White's got it teed up, back deep for Springdale. Tajon Sparks. Looks like Davon's over on the far side. So big return here would help. If you can get points out of this drive, that would be optimal. Fayetteville's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Well, he went 92 last time. Let's see if he can go 93.
I don't think they're going to kick it to him. That's going to somebody else. Davon's got it. And now he's in trouble back at the 12-yard line, and that did not go as planned. So Springdale, this is what do you do here? 1:29 to go. You got 2 timeouts left.
You take the shot. Like I said before we went to break, you still feel like you go down into the half, only down 14 at Fayetteville. You feel like you've done something right. You still feel good. Yeah, you're down by 2 scores, but this is still a ball game. I mean, a lot of people were expecting this to be, somewhere around 42-0 at half, and you've proved that completely wrong. So you take the shot. You pull out all the stops. You got nothing to lose.
So the offense is going to come onto the field. We have 2 running backs set, 3 wide receivers. Again, 1:29 to go in the half. Springdale with 2 timeouts. Landon looks around, takes the snap. He's going to give to Davon, trying to get outside. Davon bounces 20-yard line, and he's going to be dragged down from behind at the 22. It'll wind up being about an 8-yard pickup.
And, I talked about Cortez's blocking ability on the outside earlier. Good job there by Wiley to try to turn his man as much as he could to give Davon the space on the outside.
Clock continuing to move, 1:05 to go.
Come on.
Springdale not inclined to call a timeout here.
I just want to see him take one shot.
Take
the shot.
Yeah, take the shot if you can. And we've got flags. False start's going to be the call against Springdale. And now, and this is where, the penalty sort of hurts you here because you're going to back yourself up. Fayetteville can call a timeout here.
They could.
And if they can hold you, they can force a punt.
Yeah, because they've got all 3 timeouts remaining, and, who's to say that they can't score in 5, 10 seconds? And I don't think Springdale's going to give them the opportunity to even do it, as Fayetteville hasn't called the timeout yet. And unfortunately, I think the Red Dogs are content to go in down by 14 at the half, which, like I said, not a bad thing.
Well, you're not in a bad position here, but 4 wide receivers set. Landon with the fake. Fires Davon far side. Davon with some room. Davon Sparks across the 30. First down Springdale. Clock will stop momentarily.
What do you do? 25 seconds. You got plenty of time for a good 2-3 plays if you hurry quickly. And you still got 2 timeouts left. Big play. You're further away from your own end zone.
34-yard line. 17
I'm begging here.
It was a 17-yard pickup. First down 10. Landon. Boy, he lollipopped that one up there. That was dangerous.
Yeah, not sure which one he was going for, if he overthrew Wiley or underthrew Cortez.
So that'll go incomplete. And now you're 13 seconds ago. Second down 10. Landon 8 of 6 here in the first half for 74 yards. And We'll see what they have proven through their passing game is everything's 15 yards or closer. A lot of screens, getting the ball out quick. There isn't much in that downfield passing game. If you've been saving something, now's the time.
Now's the time to pull it out. Pull the rabbit out of the hat.
2nd down 10. Landon. Now under pressure. Now trying to get away. Landon making guys miss. Landon's got room. 40-yard line. He's going to fall forward at the 46. There's 3 seconds left, and Coach Hobbs is going to call the timeout.
Good. Take the shot.
Yeah, I don't know what they've got up their sleeve here. It's a 1st down. It's out at the 46-yard line. 3 seconds left to go here in the half. Matty will hold it here. Let's talk about this. You've said a couple times that you're certainly in a better position than I think most people expected. Maybe outside of the people in red, I think they felt pretty confident.
Outside of the people in this box, a lot of people didn't expect this to happen.
Yeah, they felt like they had a chance here to make this football game, especially, and we talked about it at the top of the show, that you're facing a Fayetteville team that's coming off maybe the biggest win they've had since their state championships. Back in when Brandon Allen was there.
Yeah, so you do everything you can. It's the prime, setup game. It's the prime, trip game there where you can catch a team off guard. And it feels like Springdale has done that to this point. Still down by 14, but this is the game that you take a shot at, right? You pull out all the stops. You go for broke because nobody was really expecting. This isn't.
You're playing house money.
Exactly.
Point,
I mean, basically, you have nothing to lose. So why not bet it all on black? Go all in on pocket twos. I mean, try it.
So here we go. They're going to line up 4 wide. 3 seconds to go in the half. Fayetteville's dropping guys 25, 30 yards off the ball, and we're going to get them down to timeout here. Fayetteville's ranked number 3 in 7A. They're 5th overall in the state, coming off that big win last week over Bentonville, a good Bentonville team. And certainly now they are on the inside track to winning the conference title. They've got Springdale tonight. They've got Rogers Heritage next week, and then they finish up with HAR-BER. 3 games that they will certainly be favored to win all 3 of those football games and finish an undefeated conference season. Somehow.
But you can play spoiler to that tonight.
Sure you can. What Springdale and, when they go in at halftime, things they're going to need to talk about is, look, your offense went right down the field first drive. And then you had the big kickoff return. Other than that, the offense really hasn't done a whole lot. Defensively, you got to get off the field. You got to stop. The personal foul on the roughing the kicker really hurt because you had them stopped.
You had some momentum.
Exactly. That sort of thing. You got to clean those mistakes up. So Springdale going to come out again 4 wide. Fayetteville dropping guys 25, 30 yards off the ball. Landon's in the shotgun. I don't know that he can get the ball to the end zone from here, but we'll see. Davon going to come in motion.
Might be
going to take it and swing it to him. Davon with a little one-handed catch, 50-yard line, 45. Davon across the 40 down to the 34-yard line, and that's how the first half is going to end. So our score after 2 quarters, Fayetteville 28, Springdale 14. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Download the new Explore Springdale app or visit explorespringdale.com to begin your Springdale adventure. The Springdale Chamber of Commerce is among the top 1% of chambers in the nation to be honored with a 5-star rating by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. We work each day to make our members more profitable through programming and events that strengthen our economy, help to create jobs for a growing population, and support the needs of a diverse community. We make Springdale a better place to live. Learn more about the Chamber and Springdale by visiting our website, springdale.com.
Accidents are never planned. But no matter how small, every emergency that involves a child is a big deal. It's everything. That's why we're here. Arkansas Children's Northwest offers the only pediatric emergency room in Northwest Arkansas with fast access, pediatric experts, and kid-sized care. Peace of mind when you need it most.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
Climax at the NWA, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience.
1996. Holly Blevins Zupu, 1996. Holly Smith, 1996. Lindsay Yaling Robinson, 1997. Randy Ford Clausen, 1997. Amy Baker, 1997. Becca Voss, 1998. Penny Smith, 1998. Cynthia Barnes, 2000. Monica Fuller Bryan, 2000. Jennifer Bradford Mills, 2000. Megan Carmel Godfrey, 2002. April Gardisser Phillips, 2004. Ashley Thomas Carver, 2004. Julie Wright, 2006. Danielle Pina Gonzalez, 2010. And Shayla Gibb, 2011. composer will start host Thanks Work entitled The Play. The show explores every possible meaning of the word Mercury. We hope you thoroughly enjoy the 2021-2022 show entitled Mercury Rising. The band is under the field direction of drum makers James Dunn, Jose Rodriguez, and Saul Sosa. Is your band ready? We are proud to have future Springdale High School band members from Lakeside area and Georgia area joining us this evening as we perform the anthem. Experience right now is probably the easiest time that I've ever seen to achieve financing for people on maybe even a more expensive vehicle or more accommodating vehicle for their family. I've got the best inventory, I would say, in the state, and my people are not only experienced in the car business, but they're experienced in the people business. Whether you just check us out online or you check us out in person, we want you to visit us. Claymaxi NWA and ClaymaxiNWA.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to
Jerry
everyone.
Williams Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Springdale High School. Our halftime score, Fayetteville 28, Springdale 14. Joining us as he always does, Coach Wayne Stellick. Coach, how you doing?
Wonderful. And you, Zach?
I hadn't seen you in, what, a week? It's been a couple days since I saw you. How are things? You look good. You look rested, well, excited?
We're staying busy with all the things between all the junior highs and high schools, and then getting ready for tomorrow night's Hall of Fame banquet. It's been a busy week, but we're excited about the second half of this game and then tomorrow night's festivities.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it, and I still can't. It's inexplicable that you guys keep asking me to come back and MC this thing. After a while, I figure I go. This is my 6th year doing this, I think, something like that. But I found out today from my daughter, she's going to the Springdale Skills Camp tomorrow, run by Jeremy Price. Actually, her whole team is heading to this thing. It's just a cool thing to have, Coach Price and Coach Hunsucker out there just, working with the kids. Players will be out there as well.
Our coaches put a lot of time and energy into getting kids involved, get them connected, get them engaged. And so here in the fall, we've had Springdale softball's had some weekly camps with kids. Springdale basketball is doing some things. I know volleyball here in the next month is going to do some things as well. And so our coaches do a really great job of doing some things with younger kids, get them connected, build those relationships and
Yeah.
make them future dogs and cats.
Yeah, and that's the key. I mean, when Jeremy Price knows who your son is, or Coach Hunsucker knows who your daughter is, I mean, that certainly makes an impression on them. Plus, they get a little bit of a coaching, and they get to go out and have a good time.
Well, they're walking, they'll see him at Walmart. They'll see him at the mall. Hey, there's Coach Price. Hey, Coach Price, how you doing? And, Coach Price will say hello. So it's about connections and relationships.
So tomorrow night is the Springdale Hall of Fame inductions, and I was looking over the list today. I mean, it is a group of notables. This might be, and I hate to rank classes here, but I mean, this might be one of your strongest classes.
Well, that's pretty strong, and we're going to induct last year's inductee, Charlie Fiss, who couldn't make it. He had COVID when he got here. We're going to induct him, and so there's a wide variety we've got football players, we've got track athletes, we've got basketball, volleyball, just a wide variety of athletes who are going to come back, share their story, and talk about memories they've got of a coach or some faculty member. And that's what I really enjoy about this, is that the stories we'll hear, the memories that these folks have, and they're all good stories and they're good memories. I always look forward to hearing those stories at our Hall of Fame banquet.
Yeah, I was talking to Jana Kate as I was coming in. She's obviously the one who puts this whole thing together, and she said, she's like, hey, I'm out after this year. I'm retiring. And I said, well, I don't think that's going to happen. We're not going to let that happen because, Jana works so hard doing this sort of thing, and I mean, and your whole staff does. It's a great night. People who haven't been to the Apollo in downtown Springdale, it's a great venue for something like that. I've always wanted to play at the Apollo, and tomorrow night I get to.
Well, we're excited about being at the Apollo. We've done things at Springdale High School, Central Junior High, but when you go to the Apollo now, it's a different flavor.
It's a big time feel to it.
And we can have some adult beverages as we're socializing, and it just has such a great feel. It's downtown Springdale. We get done with the event, you may go next door to one of the other establishments and have some more conversation and more memory conversation. So we're looking forward to a great night.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then one of my favorite people, Matt Klingscales, is going to get inducted, and apparently his dad Larry's coming. So we'll have to deal with Larry. But no, Larry's one of the. I mean, he's Springdale through and through. And I mean, everybody on that list. I mean, they just it is Springdale. It's Springdale through and through. So let's talk about this. This ball game here. I mean, we've got about 90 seconds here. We're going to get this. This is a 122nd meeting. Between these schools, and I sent it to Jan. I'm going to send it to you later today, but I printed off all 122 games in this series. Springdale leads the series 62-46, all 122 with capsules from all of the games. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I told Drew before the game started. 1929, the two teams played for the name. Bulldogs, because they were two teams, two Bulldogs. They played twice that year. They played in October to a 0-0 tie, and then they played in November to a 0-0 tie, and then they both went, you know what? We'll just keep the names. That's that true story.
Well, I believe at one time when I was doing some research about when we were redoing Bulldog Stadium, that there was a small period, I'm not sure how long, in which Springdale was the Wildcats.
Yes, they were.
And so it's kind of, I'm not sure anybody knew that when HAR-BER became the Wildcats that at one time Springdale had been the Wildcats. So it's kind of neat, some of the history that this school has, this football program has, and this athletic department has, and it's having been a Bulldog and a Wildcat's pretty special.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite weeks of the year, just because you get to hear all the stories and get to go back and do all the research, and I always find something here or there that I didn't know about this rivalry. I talked to former players on both sides of this, and there are Fayetteville guys who were upset with calls that were made, and it's just one of those legendary rivalries.
It is. The stories that they'll all tell, it can be the same story, but they're totally different.
Yeah, absolutely. They're told from two completely different perspectives. There's a PI call apparently in the late '90s that the Springdale folks liked the way it was called. The Fayetteville folks not so much. Coach, I will see you tomorrow night. We appreciate you stopping by as always. Sorry we're gonna have to cut this short, but we're about to start the second half. I don't know what the proper thing is, but let's you guys got to reconsider who's emceeing these things tomorrow.
We'll think about that after tomorrow night.
There you go.
But thanks, Zach. Appreciate
Coach,
it.
Appreciate you swinging by. Coach Wayne Stellick stopping by. We're about set to start the second half. Chris Cortez has it teed up for Springdale. Fayetteville's going to get the football first. They lead by 14. It's a knuckleball. It's going to hit. And that ball is loose and nearly recovered by Springdale, but Fayetteville's going to wind up with great field position at the 40 in Springdale territory. Looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 45. Springdale nearly comes away with that one.
Yeah, you love the chance, but at the same time, we've talked about it all game. You really haven't forced Fayetteville to go the full length of the field, Jack. You're giving them good ground, and hopefully, defense it has recharged. You know, we talked about it before the half. It might seem like they might have been getting a little bit of tired, a little bit of fatigue. Hopefully that 20 minutes in the locker room, get a little Gatorade, maybe some IVs in, and you're ready to go.
First down and 10, ball's at the 47. Fike fires far side, pass complete to Littell at the 40. Breaks a couple tackles. He's inside the 30. Now he's setting sail for the end zone. 15-yard line, 10. And that is not the way Springdale wanted to start the first play of the second half. That's a 30-plus yard gain, and Fayetteville is now first and goal at the 10.
I think we got some laundry down there on the field.
Yeah, we do. We'll see. There's a penalty flag down at about the 14-yard line. Fayetteville's backing up. You may have an illegal use of hands, blocking the back.
Blocking the back there.
So it'll still be a first down.
Still be a pretty big gain,
It'll be a sizable game, but they'll back them up 10 yards, and we'll see where they mark it off from. Springdale burned on the first play of the second half, and like you said, I mean, this is the third time that Fayetteville has started on their side of the 50-yard line. So the ball will go back to the 24-yard line, and it'll be first down 10, so it'll be a 24-yard pickup with the penalty. Still enough for a first down. And second play of the second half, Fike. Straight ahead, this is Murray. And boy, they are just gashing Springdale's defense. He's inside the 10-yard line down to the 8, first down.
Yeah, it was a good move there by Murray, finding the hole first and then knowing when to bounce it outside. Just took that right little step, bounced out to the left, and tacked on about another 10-15.
Clock stopped momentarily, 11:30 to go here in the third quarter. And Springdale, look, you got to get a stop here. You can't go down 21.
No, you can't.
Espinal's checked in. He'll get the football straight ahead inside the 5-yard line. Datrion down at the bottom of that pile. Junior Flores as well.
You know, one thing that we saw in the first half was Springdale's defensive line able to get some push, able to keep the Fayetteville offensive linemen flat-footed and kind of on their heels. It seems like Fayetteville's come out and really taken it to them in the front.
Push pass to Littell, and he's going to walk into the end zone. That's the play that scored on the first drive. They made that look incredibly easy.
Yeah, he wasn't touched.
No, not touched. 4 plays. That one's going to go 48 yards, and Fayetteville has stretched their lead to 20 at 34-14. So clearly Casey Dick had something to say at halftime. Springdale coming out flat-footed. It's going to have to answer right back.
Yeah, you're going to have to answer right back. Going to have to try to keep some momentum that you had in the first half. Yeah, you were down by 14.5, but you still felt good about your performance. You still felt good about some things that you did. Going to come out here and try to figure out ways to stump this Fayetteville team because, you know, I hate to sound like a broken record, but a lot of tricks.
Kicks good. Our new score, 35-14 with 10:57 to go third quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front.
7 to go here in the third quarter. 4 plays, 48 yards. That's the scoring drive for Fayetteville. It took 1 minute and 3 seconds. And Springdale now kind of in that position they've been in the last few weeks where you're kind of teetering, you're taking on some water. If you can answer here, you're right back in the ball game.
Oh, for sure. You're right back in it. You're right where you want to be. Well, maybe not exactly where you want to be, but you're still building us some momentum.
Was
there a fair catch?
Yeah, I'm
There's
not
a
real
flag.
sure what
There's we got a flag
down.
all
Okay.
sides, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was Grayson Bowman that caught it, and he stopped awkwardly. But yeah, I think you're right on that. So there'll be a penalty that'll back Fayetteville up.
Yeah, don't always hear the whistles up here.
No, not in the soundproof booth.
No, and with some headphones on.
Yeah, really appreciate Coach Stellick stopping by. We're tomorrow night over at the Apollo. We're going to do the Springdale Hall of Fame inductions. I always look forward to this.
Oh, it sounds like a fun event.
Man, it's one of my favorite events that they do here in the district every year. It is a lot of fun. It's a great, great night. It's very well done. Jana puts on a heck of a show, and despite my objections, they ask me every year to MC the thing. So we'll kick it off again from the 35-yard line. Again, a knuckleball. It's going to hit at the 24. Tejon picks it up. Sparks across the 30. It's going to be about an 8-yard return. And that's where Springdale will start. So, after giving up 7 on their first drive, Springdale now gets the football. And you got to answer. You got to get points on this drive just to feel like you're still in the game. You haven't stopped Fayetteville since the first drive of the game. From that point forward, Fayetteville has gone up and down the field. 313 yards total offense. Springdale with just 188. They had 107 after the first quarter. So ball's going to be placed at the 31 after the 7-yard return. And now, we'll see what adjustments they made at halftime. Looks like they're going to go power set here. Landon in the shotgun. Boy, and there is nothing there. Davon Sparks going backwards. There are a lot of white shirts in the backfield.
Yeah, I think they also got away with maybe not an offsides, but the tackle, the right tackle didn't seem to be lined up right. He pulled there, but you could kind of tell from this angle that he might have been off the ball a bit.
So it's second down 15, clock running, 10:20 to go here, third quarter. Springdale in a 4-wide set. Landon quickly firing down the middle. He's got Davon high and incomplete. It's going to bring up third down and 15.
Right decision, right read, just let it sail on him a bit.
Springdale on the night 0 for 4 on third downs. This one third down and 15. And, like we were saying, I mean, this
is big.
Yeah, this is a huge play here. I mean, you've got to get this to keep this drive going because you've got to answer that first score from Fayetteville. They are brimming with confidence right now, and they are coming. Probably 4, maybe 5 guys coming. Here comes the blitz. Landon, good protection. Got a man down the middle of the field. Sails high and incomplete. Springdale's going to have to punt.
Yeah, it's not a very good throw by Landon. Good decision. Had a man open. Just needs to put a zip on it. Just feels like maybe his arm slot's not right. He's letting the ball go a little early. There's nothing wrong with firing a ball in there. He's got the arm to fire a ball, 20, 25 yards down. You can put it on a line. There's nothing against it. You don't always have to float it nice and gently into the basket as the wide receivers. They got hands. They can catch.
Landon Phipps in to punt. 2 punts tonight, 35.5 on the average. This one goes straight up in the air. This is going to be short. Fair catch called for at the 44-yard line, and that's where Fayetteville will take over.
Yeah, it's not normally what you see out of a Landon Phipps punt. Normally, it's a lot more of a line drive. That one just went
that one was
straight up.
It was a good 9-iron.
Oh, yeah.
30-yard kick. Fayetteville's going to get the football first and 10. Ball at the 44. 10:03 to go. And
if this was golf, he'd have a nice birdie putt right here.
Checked up nicely.
Oh, yeah.
A little backspin on it. Would have been really
maybe
nice.
Maybe even have a gimme. Maybe doesn't even have to putt it out.
So Fike will bring the offense out. They scored in 1 minute and 3 seconds on their first drive. This is the second drive of the second half for Fayetteville. It's a stack set. This Espinal straight ahead, 45-yard line, and Springdale's going to drag him down after a couple. Zach Turner at the bottom of that pile, Caden Spencer as well.
Espinal just hammering through the hole there, not really waiting for anything to develop. And when you got the size that he does, and you can pretty much just bulldoze your way through.
He has what we like to call a low center of gravity.
Yes, he does.
5 wide receivers set on second down and 5. Fike alone in the backfield. Protection's good. Fike's going to step up and run. Caden nearly got him. Now he's in trouble. Fike trying to find somebody, and now he's going to fire down the field. He's got Satenga wide open and just missed him. And Springdale's going to catch a break because Isaiah Satenga was wide open.
Got to put more pressure on a guy. Can't let him keep juking out and weaseling his way out of tackles. When you got him on the run, you got some pressure on. You got to keep it. You got to bring him down. You got lucky that he just happened to lead his best and favorite receiver just a little too far.
Third down 5, 9:24 to go, third quarter. On the night, Fayetteville, they are 4 out of 6 on third down. Springdale showing blitz. Gunner coming off the corner here. Now he's going to back out. Fayetteville will reset. Play clock right now at 5. And I think we're going to get a delay of game, or nope. Casey Dick got the timeout just before the delay of game. 9:23 to go, third quarter. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
If you want fast, easy easy and affordable service, visit McClarty Daniel.
Keep your vehicle running like new in our state-of-the-art service facilities. We know your time is valuable. Our factory-certified technicians with decades of experience will get you in and out and back on the road quickly. We service all makes and models at our 6 convenient locations in Bentonville and Springdale. Open 6 days a week.
Visit McClartyDaniel.com to schedule your service appointment today.
9:23 to go here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 5 facing Fayetteville. Springdale send the defense back onto the field. They've played well tonight in spurts. They've had moments where you're just kind of like...
Just haven't put it together
just haven't
yet.
put it all together, haven't put a bunch of plays together.
And you hope they can do that here. 3rd down, 5. Get that pressure, keep him from finding his receivers. But
pass complete near side. It's going to be enough for a first down at the 45-yard line. Simple play. And Fayetteville's going to pick up the first down. Clock will stop with 9:16 to go.
And we've seen it happen a few times where they've recognized the screen, they've jumped it, they've gotten them at either the line of scrimmage or even behind the line a few times, but you haven't done it enough for them to really go away from it. It's worked a lot for the Purple Dogs.
First down 10. Springdale jumps this one. Gunner and I believe that's I want to say it's Caden Spencer and Junior Flores. The 9s start to run together with Junior Flores at the bottom of the pile. They're making that stop. It'll be a 2-yard pickup. Bring up 2nd down and 8. The Springdale defense on the year giving up about 36 points per game. They're right at their average here midway through the third quarter. Vikes in the shotgun, and he'll throw. Good protection. Steps up in the pocket. He's got a man wide open right at the 2-yard line. Touchdown, Fayetteville. That's Isaiah Satenga again. And Fayetteville goes up 41-14 with 8:35 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Tavon Sparks just got beat there again. And Springdale's going to have to figure out a way to keep a man over the top. Maybe Satenga has burnt you all night long. Let's see if somebody else can do it. Let's see if somebody else can give you the productivity that he's given you. Let's double team. I mean, you got to start thinking about it.
Kamen Coleman on to try the extra point. Drake Lindsay's hold, kicks on the way. And it's good. So our new score with 8:35 to go here, third quarter. 42-14, Fayetteville leads. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town. To connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized.
Scoring drives, 5 plays, 56 yards, 8:35 to go third quarter. Springdale now finds themselves down 28 after being down 14 at halftime. This is Grayson Bowman at the 30, trying to find a little room across the 35-yard line. That's where he'll be run down. So now, if you're Springdale, you can't go 3 and out.
No.
You can't get behind the sticks. They lost 5 on their first play, which sort of set the whole drive backwards. I mean, you've got to put something together here if you have any hope of trying to get back in this.
Yeah, you do. And technically, there's still plenty of time. I know you're looking up there thinking, you're down by 28. What do you mean there's plenty of time? Well, there's plenty of time. We haven't even played 4 whole minutes of this second half. So you've got time. No need to try to rush it. No need to try to get it all back in one play. Build yourself a drive here. Build that confidence as you march down the field and ultimately build a rhythm because you're just off beat. You're off rhythm.
And we've got whistles and a flag. False start's going to be called against Springdale.
And that's not how you start the drum line.
No, and it's kind of been a recurring theme tonight for Springdale. Another penalty is going to back them up 5 yards. You get the roughing. You had it's just one of those things that you're just not helping yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't want to get mad. I mean, they're kids, right? Like this is supposed to be fun. This is high school sports, right? This is where you build memories. But at the same time, you're so close, guys. Yeah. You're almost there. Just stop biting.
This ball's caught near side. This is Davon Sparks, 50-yard line. God, wow. Oh. One move away.
Shoelace away from green grass.
Owen McCone on the tackle. Just caught Davon. That's going to get Springdale the first down. And that's what's so maddening about the offense is you see something like that where you're like, okay. And then, then you pick up the penalty. So it's a pickup of 20 yards. Ball be placed at the 49 of Fayetteville. First down, 10 clock running, 8:10 to go, third quarter. 4 wide receivers set. Play clock, plenty of time. It's got 12 seconds on it. Landed with time. That ball is
that hit the
incomplete.
Ground. Got lucky there. I'm not even sure where he was throwing it. Did you see anybody behind him?
Yeah, he had, I think it looks like Danners was behind him. It'll bring up second down and 10. Springdale catches a break. I think it was Caden Turner, the Wake Forest commit, who came up with that one. Bring up second down, 10. Springdale catches a break. Now you got to take advantage of those sorts of breaks.
Yeah, I mean, you got real lucky there that Fayetteville doesn't have the ball in their hands right now on their own 45-yard line.
Blitz coming, landed, going to take off. Makes one guy miss, and he's going to get maybe 2 out of it to the 46, and it's going to bring up third down and long. They brought corner pressure. Landon Bales to his left, which is something he doesn't do very often. But they did have a spy. It was almost like they forced him into the spy, and they make the tackle. So it'll be a 1-yard pickup ball at the 47, and it'll bring up third down and long.
And ultimately, I don't think you got to get all 9 here. I think you are in 4-down territory with this score. I know it's still early in the third quarter, but with this score, the way that Fayetteville's basically have torched you up. I mean, they've already scored 2 touchdowns in under 4 minutes of the first half. You're in 4-down territory. You got to get a first down. You got to get some points on the board.
Springdale came in 40% on third downs, 0 for 5 tonight. Screen set up. This is Davon, makes one guy miss, and he's going to be dragged down. 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's going to bring up fourth down. And
that one hurt me. I mean,
that was a heck of a shot from behind. But now, I mean, you're 4th down and 8. You're near midfield. I think you got to kick it here, don't you? I mean, if you're going to make them go, you got to make them drive the length of the field.
I mean, do you? Because I mean, you've already been giving them the ball on your side of the 50 all game. I mean, what's different from giving them the ball at their 46 than giving them the ball at your 46? What they've been doing all game. If they've been fine doing that, then you go for it.
Springdale's 1 out of 2 on 4th downs tonight. This one they're going to go 4 wide receivers, bunch formation to the top of the screen. Here comes Landon. They're going to try a little throwback, and that ball is batted around and incomplete. Pass was intended for Davon Sparks, and Springdale's going to turn it over.
Yeah, Fayetteville was not fooled on that. I get the point of the play. You roll out right. You hope that the linebacker, you hope the linebacker core doesn't stay home. They start to flow with you, and to Springdale's credit, I mean, that's what, as a linebacker, you're supposed to do that. That's what you're taught to do, flow. And they tried to have Landon throw across his body, get behind it, but they stayed home. They weren't fooled. They saw it coming, and that's why they have the ball right now. Springdale's 46, or at their own 46.
6:22 to go, third quarter. First down 10 for Fayetteville. As Drew said, ball at the 46. They're going to throw it far side. That's Satenga. Plenty of room into Springdale territory. He's going to be run down at the 34-yard line.
No reason in the world to ever give that man 10 yards.
No,
not 10 yards of total gain there. What I'm talking about is 10 yards of separation. Had nobody out there.
That is the state 100-meter champion right there. I don't know. Now we're going to go a little fake here. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like something out of a schoolyard play, and Fike's going to slide forward for about an 8-yard pickup.
I think that was a blown-up play.
Yeah, Springdale had that one defensed, and Fike winds up picking up 8 yards on the scramble. The clock continues to run, 5:45 to go. Here's Springdale down 28, 42-14. This is Murray, straight ahead, big hole left side, and he's going to fall down at about the 12-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down. It's a 14-yard pickup. Murray has had a nice night, 16 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Satenga now 9 catches, 178 yards, and 2 scores for Fayetteville. And Bladen Fike 16 out of 21, 256, and 4 scores.
Those are pretty good numbers.
Here's Fike. Protection's good. Down the middle. just a little bit off. We were talking, we're getting hand signals from the Fayetteville broadcaster.
Yeah.
They were talking about, and this is something they've talked about all week with me, was, if Fike is on, they're really good. I mean, they're saying he's a little, 16.
He has been a little off.
16 out of 22. He's missed some throws.
The ones that he's missed have been blatant misses, right? Has been just sailing or leading a little too far right there. But kid's got talent. He's got a great arm, too.
This is Littell. He's going to get down near the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up third down.
If you're Springdale here, even if you can get a stop here, you can still think about crawling back. I mean, it's not out of reach.
No, it's certainly not out of reach. But
it's going to take a lot. But yeah,
and this is Espinal, and he is going to fall into the end zone.
No, they're going to call him short.
Down at the 1. So Espinal will be down at the 1-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup. It'll be enough for a first down. Clock's going to stop momentarily at 4:40. Now it's running again. And they'll put the football down, first down goal for Fayetteville. This is Espinal straight ahead. He's going to get into the end zone for an easy touchdown. So with 4:25 to go here in the third quarter, the lead grows to 34 at 48-14. Fayetteville has just completely dominated this third quarter.
They have, and this is kind of what you may have expected Fayetteville to do to start the game, And I did some great things in the first half, and you felt confident going into halftime that, hey, if we can play the same type of game, we can eliminate some mistakes. We've still got a shot at this, and Fayetteville is showing why they are a favorite to win their first outright conference in 63.
So the kick's up and good. Our new score, Fayetteville 49, Springdale 14, 4:25 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Ozarks Go.
Hey Northwest Arkansas, Lara here at Sam's Furniture. If you're looking for new furniture, we have over 170,000 square feet selection at everyday low prices and same-day delivery available. But the best part is that we love to serve our community. So when you buy at Sam's, part of your purchase goes to support one of the many amazing organizations that we have been blessed to partner with. Serving others, especially those in need, is our culture here, and we hope that you'll be a part of that too. Arkansas's largest
The Fayetteville scoring drive, 7 plays, 50.
If only.
Espinal goes in from 1 yard out. 4:25 to go here in the third quarter. White's got it teed up back deep. Davon and Tajon Sparks. So with a 35-point lead, we will enter the sportsmanship rule in the state of Arkansas, which starts at 35 points. And we will have a running clock on everything but change of possession. That ball's going to go out of bounds. So Springdale will get good field position out of this.
Yeah, good job there by Sparks to not touch it, to realize, hey, if I just let this thing go out, it's going to 35. That's a smart play. Now, I don't know if he did that on purpose, but, I'm going to give him credit for it.
We'll see. This should come back to about the 35, 40-yard line.
They threw the flag, and last time I checked, it goes to the 35. But high school's different. I don't know. Some of the rules in high school, it confuses me a bit.
Sitting here watching the Fayetteville coach is throwing a fit. I'm not real sure what you're upset about.
I'm not.
It's a pretty basic play.
Last time, is he throwing a fit because Sparks let it go out?
Well,
does he have to? Is there a rule that you have to attempt to make a play?
Absolutely not.
I was about to say. And now they're moving it back.
I'm not real sure.
What the heck is going on here? Out of bounds, flag is thrown. That's a 35. They're calling a holding.
You got me on this one.
So offsetting penalties, shouldn't that be a re-kick or?
No, he should get the ball at the 35.
Exactly.
The 35.
I'm so confused.
Anyway, clock running now, under 4:20 to go. First down 10. Ball's at the 24-yard line. Springdale trying to get a little something here. That's landed on the keeper. That's going to go nowhere. Maybe a half a yard. It'll bring up second down 10. So as I was saying, we're into the sportsmanship portion of the game. Clock will run except on change of possessions, and it will start. That's the only time it will stop is on the change of possession, and they'll restart it. So Springdale's going to fall to 1-7, and it's. I think there's some things. There's some things that you can take out of this game. There's some positives. You're still seeing some of the same issues, penalty issues. Lack of a passing game. Those are things that just sort of plagued them all year, but.
But you did see some good things in
saw
that.
flashes. You saw flashes.
You saw a 92-yard return by Trayon Sparks. You saw a great catch by Davon Sparks out here. You saw a great catch by Wiley. I mean, you saw a good run by Davon. You've seen some good plays out of Landon. I mean, like, the score doesn't reflect the entire game. Like, there were some good things that Springdale has done in this game. And you just hope that, especially for these young kids. I mean, 1-7, coming down to the last few games of the year, looking for that second win, looking for that guaranteed playoff spot, and you hope that they can rally and try to make something of this season.
Well, it's 3rd down and 10. Springdale is going to fire Davon, the intended receiver. That ball is incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Springdale's going to have to kick it. So Springdale's going to go 3 and out on this one. And, let's say the quiet part out loud. You're basically building towards South Side. I mean, you got Bentonville next week. You're in the same sort of situation. South, it's going to come down to that final week, as it has the past few years, where you're playing that last game for playoff position. And if you could start looking for a couple of scores from around the West. There
My Wi-Fi is out, so I don't know.
Right. All right, I'll take care of that during the break. But there is, there's still a lot to play for. These are the games where you're just trying to get something started. Take nothing away from Fayetteville. They're one of the best teams in the state.
One of the best teams I've seen all year.
And Springdale's hung around with them. Cortez with the punt. It's going to be caught at the 45-yard line.
What are you running for, young man? We saw that.
Yep,
yeah,
they're going to call the flag on.
Come on, man. You know what you did. Come on. Don't try to pull a fast one.
Springdale catch a break here.
You don't play for Colorado State. You can't do that.
Oh, wow. Going way back on that one.
It was Chad Morris. It's fair game, right?
Yeah, it's all fair game. So they'll assess the penalty against Fayetteville. That'll back them up. And, like we said, clock continues to run here. 1:35 to go 3rd quarter, and the 4th quarter will go pretty quickly. We'll start to see a lot of different guys here for both teams as we go forward. The ball go back to the 40-yard line. And, as we start to spin this forward, you're on the road next week in Bentonville. Bentonville, again, they're a top 5 team in the state of Arkansas. And you're building towards that game against Southside, where the winner gets playoff berth. And that's kind of where you are. That's Espinal straight ahead, maybe a yard on the play.
There's still some things that Springdale can do here in this last quarter. I know it's going to be a running clock, going to be over fairly quick. It's going to be over before you know it. But, make some plays. Get in the backfield. They've got their backups right now. It's against the twos, but you can still feel confident. You make a big hit. You made a big hit, right? You get some confidence points from anything.
Good play there by the Springdale defense. There are a lot of new faces in there.
Got Drake Lindsay there, back at quarterback.
That's Jack Lindsay, who played here at Springdale a few years ago. That's his cousin.
What are these rosters they gave me?
That's J.J. Harjo on the carry. Clock running here. I think they're going to let that be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 49-14 our score. And Drew and I will be right back. As soon as this thing hits 000, we'll start the 4th quarter. And there it goes, 000. So after 3, our score, Fayetteville 49, Springdale 14. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank, only in Arkansas.
So I've been doing competition barbecue for 15 years. The last 10 years we've been in catering, and then the last 2 years we've started a fundraising business using barbecue to raise money for kids, schools, churches, organizations, anybody that needs to raise money. We use barbecue to do that, kind of following our passion, helping others. We just started.
We start the 4th quarter. Fayetteville's got the football. It's 3rd down 10. And we will get a winding clock here. There we go. So the fourth quarter go pretty quickly. Drake Lindsay now in at quarterback. He's going to attempt his first pass on the night. Looking down the far side, pass incomplete. Good defense there by Tajon Sparks. And Springdale's going to get the football back.
A little bit of hand check in there. Might have gotten away with the defensive hold, but you'll take it. You take the call. You take it when you get it.
Take it when you can get it. A couple of scores from around the conference. HAR-BER leads Southside 34-28.
Uh-oh.
In the third quarter, 1:22 to go there. I'm working on getting some other scores. Bentonville is playing Rogers tonight, and West has Heritage. Yeah, I think I got all that right. So into punt for the first time tonight. Kind of a sidewinding kick. It's going to hit at the 24-yard line. Take a nice Fayetteville roll. That will roll out of bounds at the 16, and that's where Springdale will take over. Clock will continue to run here. 11 minutes to go. Bentonville West leads Rogers Heritage 49-7. Thank you, Carlos. Carlos Trevino, looking ugly. Just got in the booth. I haven't seen you in forever. It's good to see you. That's one of my boys right there. 17-yard lines where Springdale will take over. Well, look, this is building time. And you're going to get an opportunity here against some of Fayetteville's twos to try and put something together.
Build some confidence
Build
here.
a little confidence, work on a couple things. So the clock is momentarily stopped with 11:04 to go. Now it winds, so we'll go under 11 minutes after the completion of this play. Landon in the shotgun. This is Davon, 20-yard line, 25. Nice play there across the 30-yard line, and it'll be a first down for Springdale. So a good first down play and
good run.
Yeah,
good run.
And
Take the positives here.
This is the kind of stuff that you're looking for.
Exactly what you're looking for. I mean, just build the confidence.
Bentonville leads Rogers 35-21. 8:09 to go in the third quarter. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Rogers is one of those sneaky teams, man. I mean, they're better than you think.
Yeah. I mean, we saw them.
Yeah, they are. They're better than you think. 10:20 to go. Clock running. Here's Davon again, 35-yard line. Davon, a little shifty move. He's going to be close to first down yardage again.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, I think they are too. They're going to give him the first down out to the 42. So back-to-back runs get you back-to-back first downs. Springdale's got a little something going.
Got a little momentum building.
Cy Scott's going to check in. He's one of those wide-body tight ends that coaches like. They are building a tight end core of young guys that haven't played a whole lot, that are starting to get a little time here.
Which is good. I mean, you haven't seen any real tight end play this year. I mean, on the outside, it's been Cortez, Wiley, and Davon.
There's Davon again, and he's going to get up near the 45-yard line. We'll call it the 44. It'll be a 2-yard pickup. Second down, 8 coming up. And as we spin this forward, next week, 6:30, we'll be on the air from Bentonville. You've never been up there, have you?
No, never been to Bentonville.
What a wonderful.
I've been to the town, but I've never been to the football field.
What a wonderful place to do a football game. It is.
Really, or is you being sarcastic?
Very, very much so. It is.
Okay.
It is one of the best venues that we go to.
Well, then I'm excited. It's not better than the home field advantage here.
No.
Because this is lovely.
Hey, this is built for what we do. Bentonville is Bentonville's a neat little experience. They built that thing for a Division III college football championship. Yeah, it's really nice. Landon Phipps on the quarterback keeper is going to get to midfield, and no, they do it right up there. So we'll be up there 6:30. We'll be on the air with the pregame show 7 o'clock kickoff. Based on what we saw tonight, I mean, Rogers has given them everything that they want. Springdale hung around with Rogers last week. Transitive property. Hey, we got a football game next week, right?
Yeah, and, shameless plug here. Speaking of D3 football, Hendricks College taking on Berry. I'll be on the call tomorrow if you want to tune over to the Warrior Sports Network tomorrow. So shameless plug here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it's all right. Davon bouncing outside, 45-40. Davon turns the corner, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Springdale. So Davon Sparks goes 49 yards, and the Dogs answer right back to cut the lead to 28.
Great run there by Davon. Got the corner, only had one man to beat, and just outlegged him, out-track started him.
Yeah, when he gets loose, he is hard to track down. So Davon with another rushing touchdown, and the Dogs, it's 29 pending the extra point. Chris Cortez coming on. He's 2 for 2 on the night, which would make him 14 for 18 on the year.
Yes.
I do the old math. I don't do that.
You're getting there.
I don't do that old new math group.
Oh, it confuses me.
Junior Reyna puts the ball down, kicks on the way, and it's good. So our new score with 8:22 to go in the ball game: Fayetteville 49, Springdale 21. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Raising money for the career and technical education classes at Springdale Public Schools, for the Springdale Athletic Foundation, and then the Springdale Education Foundation. So we started that program last week. We're about 4 days into it, and it's been going great. We've got a lot of people supporting kids and supporting the foundations. And getting ready for Thanksgiving. It's coming up around the corner, so we're selling smoked turkeys and smoked hams to raise money for those groups.
I think first of all, the product is #1 delicious and award-winning, and you have somebody from the community.
Hey, nice to meet you as well.
8:22 to go in the ball game. Springdale set to kick off. Luis Flores has checked in. And Springdale, a little knuckleball. It's going to hit at the 34-yard line and be dragged down right there at the 46, and that's where Fayetteville will start. Clock stopped momentarily, 8:17 to go. And as we were saying, next week it's Bentonville, a team that Springdale has struggled with through the years. That is, and the preseason favorite Bentonville gets beat by this Fayetteville team. So, they've certainly got something to prove. And I, like we were saying,
and I mean, they're still playing for playoff position.
Sure they are.
I mean, everybody in this league is still playing for matchups. We talked about it off air. The Central teams, they're looking really good this year. So the more favorable matchups you can get in the standings, the better.
First down 10, ball's at the 46. Drake Lindsay, the quarterback. He's going to fire far side, pass complete. It's Locke McKinney with the catch. So Fayetteville still out here throwing it around with 7:45 to go. They lead by 28. You talk about the Central and staying away from certain teams. Six teams in the Central right now. 6-1 going into tonight. And they're all tough division. And they're all good. You're talking about Bryant, Conway, North Little Rock, and Cabot being those four teams. That is an unbelievably difficult conference to play in.
Yeah, good teams, but I mean, if Springdale can get in the playoffs, even as one of those lower seeds, and you're having to play, a North Little Rock or Conway, anything can happen in postseason play. Nothing's set in stone, and I think the Springdale team has the potential to be good. We talk about, we see the flash in the pan. We see the talent there. It's just got to all come together.
Yeah, and they're young in a lot of positions. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. You and I were kind of.
There's almost as many casuals down there as there are guys in shoulder pads.
We were kind of joking before the game. I mean, the guys that are out tonight came out on the field before the game, and it was an entire lineup.
Yeah.
And down goes Drake Lindsay. Springdale getting there. Zach Turner with his first sack of the year.
Love to see it.
Collapses the pocket. Springdale's going to get the football back with about 6.5. Well, we'll call it 6 minutes to go when the ball's finally snapped. That's
got time to do something.
Yeah, defense. Look, most of what you're going to do right now is cosmetic, but you're building towards next week. And look, you're doing against Fayetteville twos, but those are good football players.
They are. I mean, the ones are phenomenal. But you don't get to be where you're at, as nobody is back to field a punt here.
Yeah, Springdale with nobody back to field that punt. Ball's going to go up in the air and take a nice Fayetteville roll. And it will roll dead at the 15-yard line, and that's where Springdale will take over. Clock is stopped momentarily. 5:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. This is the 122nd meeting between these teams. Fayetteville is going to equal the longest win streak in the series at 13. Last time Springdale broke through against Fayetteville was 2008. Fayetteville will now win 13 in a row, which will match the streak that Springdale had from 1980 to 1992.
Good news is Springdale still holds the series.
That's 62-46 going into tonight with 13 ties. And I know a lot of the guys that played from 80 to 92, and one of the first things they will tell you about their experience, never lost to Fayetteville.
Darn right.
And that is something that they are very, very, very proud of. Landon's going to throw ball. Nearly intercepted.
I think he caught it, though.
Did he catch that?
Yeah.
Wow, Junior Reyna with the catch. That one
Good
snuck
catch,
in there.
Reyna. Way to keep your eye on the ball.
That one snuck in there. Probably a ball that Landon shouldn't have thrown, but it gets there. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 8. It's a 2-yard pickup on 1st down. 5:20 to go here in the ball game. 49-21 our score. Again, we'll be in Bentonville next week, 7 o'clock kickoff. Drew and I will be up there. You know how to get there, right?
Yeah, I got a GPS.
All right, well, good deal. Just check. 2nd down, 8 coming up. This is Davon, and he's going to be dragged down back at the 14-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard loss, and it'll bring up a third down and very long for Springdale.
See, the last two plays can kind of sum up the entire game, right? You get a positive play. You get a great catch on the sideline. A guy able to really see the ball all the way in and wrap it up and go down to the ground. And you feel like you're building some stuff, right? You know, the previous drive, you had Davon with a great running play all the way down the field. You start to feel like you're building something, and then you get tackled for a 5-yard loss. Like, that can kind of sum up the whole thing.
Third down, 11. Springdale hasn't converted a third down tonight. Landon with plenty of time now under pressure, and he's going to pop out of there. He's going to get sacked back at the 11-yard line. So another sack for this Fayetteville defense. It'll bring up fourth down. And you got to punt it here, right?
Yeah.
Here comes the punt team. Landon will come on. You know, it's a 21-point third quarter. Fayetteville came out, scored right off the bat, and never looked back. And you got this thing to a point where it was comfortable, and they're going to walk out of here. They're going to go 6-2 on the year. Springdale going to fall to 1-7. And, you know, again, you know, like we were saying, everything's in front of Springdale at this point. You got to get one more conference win. 2 conference wins has gotten you into the playoffs every year since I've been here, and this is my 7th year doing this. So two conference wins will do it. Ball's going to hit at the 41. Take a nice Springdale roll out to the 46-yard line. And
Did Fayetteville have anybody back?
No, they didn't. They played punt safe on that.
I was about to, is that a thing that we do in the fourth quarter, just have nobody back there?
I think you're looking for fakes at that point.
Yeah.
You know, with Landon back there as your punter, you're you know, looking for him. Plus, 35, 40 yards isn't really going to make that big a difference, especially at this point of the game. You just play it safe and send your offense out.
That's true.
You know, and again, you don't pick up the roughing the punter call.
That is true.
So it's first down 10, ball to 41. Clock is moving. 3:27 to go in the ball game. Drake Lindsay in at quarterback. He'll fire. This Locke McKinney with the catch. 40-yard line, 35, and he's going to be dragged down. It'll be a first down inside the 35-yard line. Clock will continue to move. It doesn't stop during the sportsmanship portion of the ball game.
You know, I'm trying to figure out something that you can see here in the last 3 minutes that could make a difference.
Well, we're starting to see some guys that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I mean that's always something.
You know, I'm sitting here having to check the roster. I'm seeing numbers that I don't recognize.
I am too, yeah. Then that's always good when you get the younger guys in there, get them used to game speed. You know, even though it's slowed down because, you know, we're in the running clock, there's still something about lining up against somebody that you don't go to class with, right?
I see Keelan Chan out there. Last time I saw him playing was out at Choctaw, so it's been a while since he's been on the field. LeBon Mebon is in. So Springdale getting some guys that don't play a ton into the ballgame. Lindsey steps up, throwing the corner out, pass. It's going to fall incomplete at the 12-yard line. It'll bring up third down.
And it's good to get these guys in there, you know.
Well, sure.
I mean, not only are they, you know, they're your seconds, but these are future starting Red Dogs here.
Guys are going to these are guys, count on at some point.
These are guys that you're going to need down the road and in the future. So when you can get them the reps, you give it to them.
So third down 9.
Now, ultimately, you prefer to be on the other side of the coin here, where you're the one that's up pretty big, but you still take the reps when you can get them.
Clock moving, 1:45 to go in the ball game. Lindsey gives to HAR-BER. Breaks one tackle. Springdale run him out of bounds at the 27. It's going to be short by about 4 yards. As we come through here the last 90 seconds of this ball game. You know, it was a great night. I mean, there were things where
there's excitement. Yeah, there was good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they were in the ball game in the first half. They were in the game, and
one of the most fun first quarters I've had up here with you.
That touchdown right before halftime for Fayetteville kind of turned the momentum very quickly. It's 21-14. They go to them, and they just run right down the field. They get the 7, make it a 14-point game. They come out after halftime, make it a 21-point game, and that was kind of the last part where it was competitive. Under a minute to go. Lindsey on fourth down. Nice play there. He gets hit and knocked down. Zach Turner again. And Springdale's going to take over the football. The clock will stop again momentarily with 50 seconds. They might get a play or two off here. But that's 2 quarterback pressures for Zach Turner here in the fourth quarter. And, you know, Drake Lindsey and Zach Turner getting very, very acquainted.
Yeah, they are. And that's a good play. You know, that's 2 sacks for him. You know, yeah, it's against second string, but, you know, still. still get back in there. Prove to yourself that you can beat a man in front of you.
So we've got Luis Tinoco coming in at quarterback. He's going to play the wing T quarterback here, and we've got a fumble on the snap. Tinoco recovers it with 35 seconds to go. Boy, we've got guys. We are way into the roster right now. I'm scrambling to find out who most of these young men are.
Oh, I think Springdale, some of their players thought they weren't going to try one more play. I think they are, though.
So it'll be 2nd down 11. This should be the last play of the ball game.
Love a good wing tee, though.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Tinoco going to try and get the snap again. He's going to take it, give it off the right side. Is Kenzie ready on the tackle, and that's going to be the final play of the ball game. Our final score tonight, Fayetteville 49, Springdale 21. We appreciate each and every one of you that stuck with us through the 122nd Battle of the Bulldogs. For Drew Barrett, our entire Bulldog Sports Network crew will be on the air 6:30 next week, live from Bentonville. We'll take the dog show on the road up to take on the Tigers at 7 o'clock. Everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather here in Northwest Arkansas. We will talk to you